right, so what brand of beer or what beverage could be a follow-up act to the Silver Bullet, the Coors Light that was strewn all over I-75 yesterday? Anybody want to jump in? Like, what's the best beer? See, I'm not a beer drinker. I don't like the taste of beer. I can't stand beer. I'm a W&W guy. I'm a wine and whiskey guy. And for me, it's really red wine. I mean, I'll drink a white wine, but I'm really a red wine drinker. So wine and whiskey for me. Love whiskeys that's with an E or not an E. I'm a bourbon guy. I'm a rye guy.
But Are you on a date right now?
I'm really rye for a white guy.
I feel like we're doing speed dating with you right now. You're telling us all your likes and dislikes.
Wait, have you speed dated before?
No, but I know what it is.
So,
you've never speed dated?
What do I look like? I've speed dated, Fester?
You know, I remember when that was a thing. And
is that still a thing?
I don't know that that's a thing. I haven't heard anything about speed dating in maybe 15 years.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that in a long time. What was I watching? Michelle and I were watching something maybe in the last year.
There's a scene in The 40-Year-Old Virgin where that's the last movie I can think of where they're speed dating.
Now, I remember Kelly Clarkson. Yeah. Right. So it wasn't that. I do remember that scene, but we were watching some series or television show. I don't think it was network, so it must have been like Netflix or Hulu or Amazon Prime or something where there was a speed dating scene, and that was somewhat recently. I think it was somewhat of a, I can't remember what it was, but yeah, I haven't heard about speed dating in a while.
But you're right, Roxanne. It kind of feels like we're on a speed date because MJ just opens the show, starts talking about beer, then starts talking about being W&W, and then goes back and forth, and talks about the spelling of the booze.
And then you were all like, I'm this kind of guy, I'm that kind of guy. And then I almost felt compelled to be like, well,
I'm really fly for a rye guy.
Yeah.
So I pulled out my speed dating card and just put a little X by no. And then I was going to say, nice to meet you, Todd.
With Fester, speed dating is like how many chairs will he break
when
he moves around the establishment.
Fester.
That's true.
To move from table to table.
That's the thing. It's totally true.
That's exactly true.
Hey, listen. Hey, don't hate me for telling the truth.
But when I was speed dating,
don't hate me for being beautiful. What the hell was that from? You remember that?
It was like
was that a TV commercial?
It was a makeup commercial.
Don't hate me for being beautiful.
Or a shampoo commercial.
Hey, go to YouTube and just type in "Don't hate me for being beautiful." What the hell was that from? I mean, talk about pretentious. And also, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Now, you want to go to YouTube.
It was a Pantene commercial.
Is that what it was? I bring that up. Let me see if I remember. Don't hate me for being beautiful.
Was it Kelly LeBrock?
I don't know. Let me hear it.
Oh, yeah.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
Oh.
My hair used to be a joke. Dry.
That was Kelly LeBrock.
It was hair.
And who the hell did she date?
She dated Steven Seagal.
Oh, that's
really?
Right.
Yes.
The Tai Chi master.
And now Steven Seagal is like this douchewagon, like Vladimir Putin butt kisser.
Oh.
And he does that weird, like, martial arts where he throws people around by not touching them. What is that called?
I don't know.
He does demonstrations.
Isn't he also alleged for keeping sex slaves?
I've never heard
I don't know about that.
It's escalated.
All of you must have ponytails.
You've just slandered him.
Alleged.
You got a lawsuit coming your way. And I hear he needs money. I don't think he's doing that well these days. No, but Steven Seagal, man, how did we get from freaking beer on I-75 to Steven Seagal?
Yeah, I never got a chance to say that I like wine and tequila on this speed date that we're on.
You know what? I'm not a tequila person. I just don't like tequila.
No hangover, man.
I think tequila is one of those things where a lot of people really don't like it, but they drink it because that tends to be the shot. That tends to be the shots drink. You know what I'm saying?
Like any of it tastes great.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
You know, down in Ybor, tequila shots. Oh, what's this? What are these drugs in my tequila shots over here? Yeah, we got to get into that Ybor story coming up. No, but seriously. Back to I-75, yesterday morning, we had that little tangle up. So it was total like 4 tractor trailers involved. But remember I said it was like a concrete truck, but it wasn't like the spinning concrete truck that rolls to a job site to pour out the concrete. It was more like that tanker-style concrete truck, or, whatever materials they have in there. And apparently that kind of collided with a regular, like a 53-foot truck and ripped the whole side open, and that's what spilled the Coors Light, the silver bullet, all over I-75. And how did we get the location so wrong? What the hell?
Hold on, everybody stop.
On the air, and nobody corrected.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Where do you think we said it was?
Dude, you were talking about the Grove.
Okay, hold on.
Fester, you brought up
Did you listen to the segment? Did you listen at all?
Ooh.
I was on the air when we did the segment.
Was I.
I was in the middle of the segment.
So
He did this thing.
if we all get a text from MJ at 12:05 this morning.
We did?
Yeah.
All right, you know what? Hold on to that thought. Let's pick this up next. Hang on.
I'm a little pissed off at you for a couple of reasons.
Because I walked away from this after the actual location was known. I feel like we're like total wads.
You're the only wad here.
You're the waddest wad.
I don't know what exactly this wad consists of, but whatever it is, it's you.
Okay.
It's a wad of MJ.
Why do you justify your waddom in
Your
Is it a thick wad?
Why do you justify your waddom when we get back in a second? Hold on. And you know what else we got to do? We've got to play for the early crowd the TV anchor / morning guy in St. Louis that is now out of 2 jobs. So he doesn't have a morning radio job, and he doesn't have the job as a Fox 2 anchor in St. Louis.
Good.
After the tirade against a female co-host on a radio morning show, kind of like this. All right, hold on. If you haven't heard this, it's insane. It's insane! And it's next. All that and the WAD stuff is all next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Hey, our friend... MJ Morning Show, of course, Q105 is the 80s and more. That's the more right there. I just thought I'd point that out. All right, before we get, what are you laughing at?
That song is the more.
It is.
Yes.
That's amore, okay? That's it. All right, so before we get to the WAD stuff and then the early morning replay of the maniac morning radio and TV anchor guy just berating and belittling a female co-host, and then there's a big update to the story. Before we get to that, Pat George has just rolled down, and ladies and gentlemen, it's time for special emergency break-in traffic. All right, so what the hell's going on? So we had the beer spill on
yesterday,
I-75.
South of 98 was closed yesterday.
So we had the big beer spill on I-75 yesterday morning, and they didn't get things back to normal till like 12 noon. All right, so what's going on right now on I-4?
As bad as it could get. I mean, a detour around this thing is so far away, the only place is I-4. It is a crash that happened at 3:30 this morning involving a semi that caught fire, one fatality involved. The semi's overturned right at the Polk Parkway area. So what's happening westbound right now is being exited at 559 coming out of the Orlando area, and eastbounders are going off at 33 right at that first Polk Parkway exit by the Polytechnic University. And all the emergency vehicles, the reason why eastbound shut down, are in those lanes.
Oh, man.
And the accidents in the westbound lanes. And there was a fuel spill, and like I said, the the semi's overturned. And
Was
it is
the
gonna
fatality in a
don't know yet.
car or the truck?
We don't know yet.
All right.
But it is just a mess. And now here's the other thing. After the exit of 559, there was a slew of vehicles for a few miles that was caught in this mess. They hadn't moved for a while.
Oh, my God.
They're letting them squeeze by in the right-hand emergency.
Oh,
so
wow.
if folks are eastbound and they see westbound coming, those are just vehicles that have been caught in that backup forever.
All right, so I-4 is a mess. And
Right at the Polk Parkway area.
Yesterday on I-75, you had 4 tractor trailers involved, one peeled open. Luckily, the only thing that died there were like 350 cases of Coors Light.
350 cases, more like 9,000.
Well, I don't know. How many cases was it? I don't know.
Yeah, the interstate was covered
with
silver bullets.
I mean, did you see there were spots where the Coors Silver Bullet beer cans were like 2 or 3 feet high?
Right.
Unbelievable. All right, Pat, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, special emergency traffic breakthrough.
Good job, Pat.
With Pat George. All right, go make some waffles. All right. Let's pick back up where we left off. All right, before I get to the early audio for the early morning listeners on this maniac morning guy in St. Louis, who is now out of 2 jobs. So the update on that guy is they fired him. The TV station let him go. And if you go to the radio station website, guess what? That morning show's not listed anymore.
Yeah, he's not there.
All right, hold on a minute. We'll get to that here in a second. All right, so where were we on the other thing?
Well, amazingly, before we took our commercial break, we were talking about another traffic accident, the one from yesterday involving the beer.
Yeah.
And we get a text as a group. We have a group text, which I'm not that much of a fan of. However, we get a text from MJ at 12:04 this morning. How did we have the location of the beer spill on I-75, then in all caps, so wrong with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 question marks? So you know he's saying that with anger or
that would
emphasis.
be emphasis would be the word you're looking for.
Or then a second text rolls in.
By the way, I meant to send that. I meant to send that like all day, and I just forgot. And then I remembered at 12:10 last night or early this morning. That's why I sent it.
No, you remembered at 12:04.
The reason why I'm bringing it up is how did we get the location so wrong is because you were like mentioning, it's near the Grove, and then we had said, I think I might even said it. All right, so this is like on 75 just before the 275 split, and like nobody corrected that.
Okay, so
the damn thing was up in Brooksville.
Okay,
the cores were strewn all over the place in Brooksville.
For a person who claims,
yep,
And it's just a claim
Yep.
that you make that you listen to all of the show. You obviously don't. We had a caller call in, right? I don't
Patrick was his name.
Patrick was his name.
Okay.
And he was telling us where the accident was. And I got to tell you, I'm not the best person at these roads that are
He told
numbered.
us at 98. I'm not good with the number. Well,
Yeah.
unless it's like a state road that I know. Like
Right.
I know State Road 56 and 75. I know State Road 54, 52. Those I know.
So he said we weren't exactly sure on the location as we're talking to him. And then you guys said, is it on 275 or the I-75, 275 split? And then he says, no, it's north of that. So then I said, is it near the Grove Shopping Center? And then Patrick says, no, it's north of that. It's at the Brooksville exit.
He did say that?
Yes. And then, during the call, we made it clear that accident yesterday was at I-75 in the Brooksville
Okay,
exit.
all right. I was walked
Whoa,
away.
in your face.
I walked away from that, from what I recalled and what I heard. I thought we just had the location pretty
Right.
wrong and that we didn't correct it. And I just felt like we were just total wads. And so you're saying that we're not as waddy as I thought we were?
I mean, we're pretty waddy. I mean, let's not say we're not waddy, but
You
we
should
were-
pay attention a little closer.
I mean, I tune into these morning show once in a while.
Yeah, you're on your phone doing shelving and hardware orders all morning. I got Fester playing Brick Breaker all day, and I should pay closer attention?
All right.
I'm doing my makeup, so
Yeah.
yes, it
Yeah.
falls on you.
My God.
Yeah.
All right, over to this morning show deal. The update is in St. Louis, the Fox 2 anchor. I mean, this guy was like a main anchor, like 5 and 9 p.m. on the Fox TV station in St. Louis, Missouri, Vic Faust. Guess what? They had an oust of
He's
Faust.
ousted him.
They ousted Fausted. So Faust is a victim of the big oust. So what happened? And he did a radio morning show. That's a crazy schedule. I mean, you talk about he's doing morning drive on this rock station in St. Louis, and then he does the 5 and 9 p.m. television cast.
Well, that seems like a weird combo to begin with, doesn't
Idiot.
it?
From Fox 2, St. Louis.
No wonder why he's yelling. He's always
I
tired.
mean, do you sleep all day and just wake up and
I don't.
The guy's
I did notice that in his photos. I looked at his picture on the news webs on the TV
he
site,
had
and he
big
looked
circles and bags under his eyes.
like you wouldn't believe, like their flotation devices.
Are you serious?
Yeah, for real. Look at the picture of him in the radio
anyway.
and then versus TV. Yeah.
So the TV station, Fox 2, KPLR, Channel 11, so I guess, wait a second. It says Fox 2, then in parentheses, Channel 11. What the hell's that? All right,
Maybe Fox 2 is Channel 11.
No, Fox 2 is Fox 2.
well,
Maybe there's another, maybe they, like in this market, doesn't like Channel 8 do another newscast, right?
Actually,
Does Channel 8 locally do like
yeah.
Channel 38 or
Yes,
Channel
they do.
32 news or something?
yeah,
Or, right?
okay. Do you know how like ABC 28 is not on 28?
Well, that's on cable, though. That's different.
that
'cause-
might be the same thing here.
Anyway, so Vic Faust is no longer on Fox 2. This is according to Nexstar Media. Nexstar is a big owner of TV stations. Like in this market, Channel 8 is owned by Nexstar. And the general manager there, Kurt Kruger. Kurt Kruger. Should have been Freddie Kruger. He said yesterday morning that he's no longer with the company. All right, so what did this anchor, what did this news anchor on Fox and also the host of a radio morning show in St. Louis, what did this guy do? Well, I'll tell you what he did. He went off on a female coworker on the pro. This would be like me or Fester or Froggy going off on Roxanne
Yeah.
during a commercial break. And
And-
you can even hear the commercials in the background. And somebody hit the record button on the mics. This didn't go on the air. This was only recorded in the room. And then somebody took the recording of this guy going nuts and sent it to the St. Louis newspaper.
You know, I was thinking to myself, what would I do if I was in that situation? But you're like fight or flight. You go into that mode, so you just want to yell back. But if you can just like sit back and let him keep coming at you and just like poke him just a little bit, you can make so much money. You know what I mean? Like she's going to make money. This woman is not going to not get paid for that.
This is crazy. All right, hold on. I don't want to get too late here. The minute we get back, we're going to take a quick break. The minute we get back, I've got the audio. It is a 4.5 minute long tirade. And you're not going to believe the language this guy uses. Did you fix that other F-bomb that I thought got through yesterday, Andrew?
I think I cleared out something that may have sounded bad.
All right. Now, I dumped it. I heard it and I dumped it. So it didn't go over on the air here on 104.7 FM Q105. All right. It didn't go over the air, but we left it in the podcast and on MJ TV, which that's fine. No FCC issues there. All right. You got to hear this audio. And then we'll get into the morons in the news. And this is a great kickoff to morons in the news today. And it's next in minutes. You got to hear this audio in just a moment on Q105. I got. enjoy this soothing music for a moment because you're about to hear something not very soothing. You're about to hear a radio morning guy who happened to also be a Fox News anchor in St. Louis go freaking nuts. All right. Time for the soothing music to end. Boom. It's over. Okay, here we go. Man, this guy is out of control. The dude's name is Vic Faust, and he was a morning guy on a station, KFNS or something, the Viper in St. Louis, but he was also the 5 and 9 p.m. anchor for Fox 2 News in St. Louis. And the guy, during a commercial break, just went off on the female co-host on the morning show. Yes, Rox, you've got a gaping, wide-open mouth like you're ready to say something.
That's what I was.
She was yawning?
I was fighting my yawn.
Are you serious?
Yeah. No, I'm just.
I thought you were going to interject with some kind of broadcast. I thought you had some broadcast brilliance coming my way.
Did you guys know that Fox 2 and KPLR are sister stations?
Oh, I'm sure.
All right, so
Of each other?
That's what I'm being told.
so wait a minute.
I need to verify
Fox 2 is not KPLR? What are the call letters of Fox 2? Listen, that doesn't matter.
It doesn't
anyway,
matter.
Yeah.
Here's the audio. This was recorded during a commercial break. So again, that's an interesting schedule. I've heard of people doing like 2 different radio shows, like a morning show and an afternoon show. I've heard of that, like me. Done that for like 20-something years. But this guy did a morning show and then was an anchor on a Fox station in St. Louis. So during a commercial break last week on the radio show, he's just getting it into it with this female co-host and is just ripping her. And it is just awful. Listen,
you're a fat nasty and you don't bring up on air when I have your back. You're a fat. I don't care if you're.
I mean, you're a fat, nasty bit.
We hear it.
Yeah.
Doesn't it sound like she's recording it on her phone and it's like right in front of her, the audio device? It doesn't sound like the mics are picking it up.
You know
does it?
what? In the studio here, like all of our microphones, we've got. Hey, Andrew, what's the name of this thing that you can record our mics?
It's a Vox Pro.
We got something called a Vox Pro, and we don't have to be on the air. Our microphone buttons don't have to be on. We can just hit this recorder on this Vox Pro device, and it'll just record all the mics in the room. So I don't know if it was that or if she just rolled a recorder on her cell phone. I've got...
She was smart. She started rolling on her cell phone. I mean, that's what...
God. All right, folks, there's like 3 minutes and 40 seconds more of this stuff. Listen.
Be like that, guys. Come on, man.
All right, so that sounded like a producer or somebody else jumping in. It's like, come on, guys.
man.
Come on, let's
He's
just...
trying to diffuse the situation.
Oh, yeah, it didn't work very well. Don't give him a job at the bomb squad.
He's fired.
That
too.
whole city block's going up in smoke. All right, here, listen.
I let it go yesterday.
But you called me stupid for the
Because
second
who brought up
time.
the stupid subject? You
wasn't a
called,
stupid
you
subject.
were making fun of me because I was dealing with the computer.
Chris was too. It wasn't just me.
No, he
Chris
wasn't.
was. Yes, he said, "Oh
He
my God,
didn't
it's going to be
say
here in 3
anything-
weeks."
He didn't say anything on air.
Yes, he did. Go back and
You
listen.
have
He
a
was
history-
laughing when I
you
did
have a
it.
history of attacking me on air, and
No,
Chris
I
knows.
don't.
All right, so that's his claim that she attacks him on air, and he just said, you have a history of attacking me on the air.
You have a history of attacking me on air. Are you kidding?
Well, at least we know he's got a history of attacking her during commercial breaks.
off air, yeah.
That's 100% right there. Hey, here we go.
You and your big fat looking at.
I mean, you and your... She keeps calling her a fat ass. I mean, this is awful.
We hear him. I don't need you saying what he said.
Okay,
We just heard him.
fine.
Don't come back.
Really?
You start me to
You're
fuck
not
up,
my boss.
well,
I'm come.
and I'll call you a every day.
Okay, good
You're a
for you.
fat.
I'll call you a bleepy bleep every day? Does this qualify as a hostile work environment?
Yeah, I would say so.
Sounds like a regular morning show.
I know.
actually.
What's up with radio guys? They're out of control.
You know what those guys need? That pair needs is a new format. All that rock is getting them too revved up. They need like a smooth jazz morning show that they can be a part of.
Oh, what do you know? You know?
Roxanne.
With your...
Frog, you don't even joke around.
Okay.
Don't even joke around.
You know I'll beat your
I'm
ass
pretty
after
sure,
the
yeah,
show.
Roxanne will kill you if you talk to her like that.
Self-righteous.
That's me.
You just called her a self-righteous bleep. All right, here we go.
Every day that you come in this studio, I will call you what you are.
Oh.
Fat nasty bitch. And
Okay.
Every day you come into the studio, I'm going to call you what you are, a bleepity bleep nasty.
This guy's obviously like, does he talk to his wife like this?
This is
No, he doesn't. So it's like he's like getting his frustration out.
this is unbelievable.
His wife probably talks to him like
His wife
that.
beats
I
him.
have this job is because of me. Stop.
Okay.
Stop.
All right, then who's saying, Vic, stop, Vic, stop?
Vic,
It's either
please.
another co-host or the producer is like understanding that this is a big problem here.
That's the trap.
Wow.
I've told Chris 5 times about.
understand.
And by the way, I reported your nasty 5 times to Chris about what you do on this radio. You attack
What
me
have I done
constantly.
5 different times?
You've attacked me 4 or 5 times, and Chris said
I've
yes.
never attacked you. You've yelled at me twice, and this is the second time in
that
break
you
now.
weren't- The problem is that you think that whatever you do is right.
No, I don't.
Then
I
shut-
will
then
totally
shut
own
your
it. You're
mouth.
literally a
You shut your bleeping mouth.
Shut up. And you just shut up. All right, we're back. It's the Vic Venom Show.
Good morning. Hey, KFNS. Good morning,
We
everybody.
got some blind melon coming up and more. All right, we'll be back in a minute. You stupid.
On the Viper.
And we're Viper. His name's got to be Vic Venom.
Vic Venom on the Viper. It's the Viper Venom Room.
Explaining
no
yourself.
Reason to bring up it to attack me on air yesterday, and you did.
I did not attack you. Grow the
It-
up. Grow up.
You grow up, you fat.
Acting like an immature.
Really? You started.
You started
And you
it.
also-
It's bad radio when you keep bringing
It's
up your
bad
computer.
radio when you don't
It's
even-
bad
No.
radio when you keep bringing up your computer.
This is good radio. This should be on the air.
It is. It is now.
Radio.
Yes, I do.
You're a dumb.
Okay. I'm a dumb.
You don't even know the topics we talk about. You're
You don't even know the topics we talk about. All right, hang on. Here we go.
stupid.
Okay.
You think you're special because you went to Villa, but you're nothing.
Hold on. You think you're special because you went where?
Villanova, maybe?
There's a bunch of kids
I
with the
don't
Villa
know.
Madonna that I know. They think they're great. They think they're real great.
My God. All right, hang on a minute.
Okay. I think you're talking about yourself.
Okay, you're trash.
Okay. Grow up.
You don't attack other people on air.
Yes,
Don't
we do.
ever
You do it all the time.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Give me an example.
You tell Chris all the time.
Give me an example.
Yesterday, you
What?
made a comment about
was
how
my
it's
comment?
it's not the user, it's the owner.
No, who said that? No.
Yes, you did. Let's go
He
back and
said
listen
it
to the show.
me first, joking.
All right.
Yeah, so it was a joke. That's my
And
point.
that's what I said back
I
to
was
him.
joking too. Chill the out, dude.
No.
You seriously are in
Now
yourself. You're in
yelling
your
at me
own
again?
head.
You're gonna yell at me now?
I'm the one yelling, Brendan.
Oh, so
What a gaslighter.
did he have the nerve to say, you're yelling at me now?
What a baby.
Oh, my God. This guy, is he on drugs? What is going on here?
It's a dry
I'm the
drunk.
one yelling.
If you come back, I'm gonna be in your every day. You nasty.
Coming back because this is my job, my boss.
There you
And
go.
I'll rail your. If you ever try to do that on air again, I will
All
do
right.
whatever I need to do.
All right.
You grow up, fat.
Oh, my. Anyway, this goes on for another minute, but I think we get the point here. Anyway, he's gone. So Fox 2 in St. Louis has fired him.
There you go. Give the
If
show
you-
to her.
If you go to the well, the whole show's gone. No one's.
Oh, no.
If you go to the radio website for this Viper in St. Louis, and Fester, go back to their website, and they have the on-air thing, and the whole morning show is gone. Yeah, go to on-air up there.
Yeah, on air.
On-air, Viper Jocks.
And then it just has a couple of pictures like the midday
The midday
guy.
guy's on there, and the afternoon guy. Yeah, click on the click. There we go. So Shani, the midday guy, Mac, the afternoon drive woman, and then Dave Murray is the Viper chief meteorologist. Yeah, there you go. Good morning, everybody.
I guess a texter just sent me that it's a Catholic school. It is a Catholic school, like Froggy mentioned, like Villa Madonna. It's Villa Duchess that she goes to, but it's kind of funny that he's like, you think you're so cool because you went to this high school.
So you got to remember, MJ, you know, and of course you know this, we have a ton of St. Louis listeners to this program.
Yeah.
So they know Vic Faust
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
well.
Listen, the MJ Morning Show, we were on in St. Louis for 14 years. We were on the air as the MJ and BJ Show until 2001. BJ left. Then we became just the MJ Morning Show. And we were on from 98 until 2012 when we ended the MJ Morning Show the first time around. That was 14 years on the air in St. Louis, and we were top rated in St. Louis.
Vic probably used to listen to the show.
You're probably right.
That's when he was calm.
Yes, and he heard a couple of episodes of the old MJ Morning Show, and he just had this thing about him.
Man, how nuts is... I've never heard anything like that.
No, that's insane.
I've been doing this for a long time, and I've never heard a tirade against a co-host.
A female like that.
And a female. I've never heard that. And
especially these days, man. What is this guy's problem?
Yeah.
I mean, who recorded it and who leaked it? Do you think she recorded? It sounds better than a phone recording, but I could be wrong. He
probably pisses off everybody there every day, so everybody's looking to bury the guy.
They're waiting, and then this was anonymously sent to the St. Louis Dispatch.
Yeah, the St. Louis Post-Dispatch is the big local paper in St. Louis.
All the other show members are like, "Oh my God, we finally got him! Yes, he's going to be gone."
But talk about this guy. All of his income is gone. He was an anchor on Fox in St. Louis, and then the morning show, he's got nothing. He's off the morning show. He's off of TV. This guy, he might jump off the arch or something. I don't know how you climb that thing, but I mean, this guy, he probably has bills. You know what he's saying right now? He's like, he's got no job, and he's saying, "I got bills. I got pay." Well, good luck with that.
So I'm gonna work every day.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
He's got booze.
And he has a wife. Is that correct? Does he have a wife?
I don't know. I mean, I can't imagine the way he talks to women.
I think in one of his apologies that he issued on Twitter or something, he's like, "Hey, leave my kids alone."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man.
acknowledged-
Now he's a little.
I saw that he acknowledged. It was regrettable. I'm sorry. I hurt.
You can't
Crystal."
apologize for that.
I wonder if his kid plays like Little League or daughter plays soccer. I wonder if he's one of those sideline dads that's just screaming at the umps and the refs.
Hey, get your fat ass in the game. Excuse me, sir.
What a terrible story. Roxanne, I can assure you that I will never treat you like that on the MJ Morning Show, on or off the air.
Why? Thank you for that.
Yeah.
It gives
I
me
will
such comfort.
Never treat you like that to your face.
I know that.
I like how she goes, "I will show up tomorrow. It's my job."
No one's showing up tomorrow because we ought to turn on this stream and see what the hell's going on that radio station.
She's gonna get some kind of settlement from that station.
Oh my!
It's mandatory Metallica
Or
all
she's
morning.
just fired because who knows?
No, I don't think so.
If she got fired, she has a case.
All right, so they're all off the page. It's the morning show doesn't exist anymore.
Have you guys not read these contracts? They can fire you for anything.
Right. It's like, I don't even need a contract. I mean, literally, why do I even sign a contract here? I don't even need it because they can get rid of you anytime they want.
It's like bringing
Now, can I get rid of them anytime I want? It's all right, quick break. And we didn't even get to the real pile of the morons in the news, and we'll do that next in just a minute. Great morons in minutes. MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Don't move. there is nobody else in the studio, so is this really an ensemble morning show if no one else? Oh, Froggy's back. Hey, well, thank you for coming back. Appreciate it. Thanks.
I was just talking about a new steering wheel with Neo from the other station.
That's great. All right,
For his sim racer.
7:02. It's the MJ Morning Show. Hey, I forgot to mention with the whacked out news guy and the DJ that went crazy on the radio station in St. Louis.
The Viper.
The Viper, this guy that started berating his female co-host just incessantly. He did issue an apology. We were just running late in the last segment.
Like that matters.
I didn't get a chance to mention the apology. He said, I am very sorry. My words hurt Crystal, my colleagues, and family. I made a huge mistake, and I'm ashamed. As I work to earn trust again, I hope I can have an open dialogue about respect in the workplace and forgiveness. My mistake is not my kids'. Please respect their privacy.
Oh, no.
Victor Faust. That was on Twitter.
How does he talk to his kids?
I'm guessing that his kids are getting a whole ration of crap, probably at school.
No.
And maybe also on social media, people are attacking
Good. He's a jerk.
the whole family.
What does he say? He wanted to has to have open discussions about how to have respect in the workplace. Maybe he can give some seminars on it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you sign up for that?
What is this going to give? What is he going to do for a career?
Well, let's talk about his ratings. Was he like number one?
I have no idea.
Is the other station going to be like, whoa,
I have
Venom's available?
I have no idea what the ratings are in St. Louis for this morning show. But, man, this guy, he's going to be radioactive, no pun intended, for a while.
A while?
Yeah, this maybe forever.
What woman's ever going to work with this guy?
Well, what station's ever going to hire him, radio or TV, with a background like, I mean, listen, people get second chances all the time. I don't think he's going to turn up on, what is it, Channel 5K SDK, the NBC channel in St. Louis. I don't think he's going to show up on there like next week. That's crazy. All right, so that's his apology. All right, you know what I finally saw?
What?
We talked about it. We mentioned the story earlier this week. The kid up in Pasco that started spraying the fire extinguisher all over the place.
Oh, no.
I finally saw the video of this kid. And listen, I don't want to cast aspersions, but does the kid have mental problems? Have you seen the video? Fester, what have you been doing? Fester just walked in a second ago. What have you been doing? Why were you gone for the first 2 minutes of this segment?
You missed 2 minutes of gold.
Yeah, I thought it was a longer song. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I thought we were playing the extended remix of I Saw the Sign.
No, we were playing White Snake.
Oh, whatever we
all
were.
right?
Okay.
I saw this.
Anyway, so in Pasco, a 12-year-old kid was arrested because he sprayed a fire extinguisher inside a school bus. And then there's video of him outside, and he's like spraying is that the bus driver? He's spraying out in the parking lot? Jeez. He's got the fire extinguisher, and the kid's just holding the hose, and he's just spraying it all over the place.
That's not good. Back in the old Froggy Fall concert series days.
You know, you can talk over the sound effect.
When I went through the ring of fire.
Yes.
Okay. I remember somebody sprayed one of these.
Yeah.
And it sucked the life out of me. It sucked the air right out of my mouth. I couldn't breathe. Those things are dangerous.
That's right, in the Froggy Ring of Fire.
Froggy's gonna ride through that burning ring of fire in a wobbly shopping cart that might just make his luck expire. Ride through that ring of fire.
That's right. That's when we had like the Froggy Fall concert series, and then
I performed a song and then did a stunt.
Then you did a stunt, and one of the stunts was we had this giant ring which was set on fire.
Oh boy,
and
it
was a ramp, and we put you in like in a cash and carry shopping cart that we stole from the old cash and carry.
Yes.
Right up on Gandy and Manhattan, which is now that new Publix.
And there was a little fire going on my helmet when it was over, and Dave was like, just blasting me with that thing. And I was like, I didn't realize it sucked the air right out of you. It'll suck the air right out of you.
It does. It replaces the oxygen with fire extinguent.
I don't understand how it works, but I couldn't breathe.
Are you telling me that Dave was laughing at you?
Yes.
Like... Was that Dave Legaretta was laughing at you?
He's just spraying me.
Just like
laughing
that.
and spraying.
Hey, Froggy's on fire. They could be third-degree burns. Froggy's skin is melting off. So
200 people there watching me die.
That's right, the Froggy Ring of Fire. But what's wrong with this kid up in Pasco?
Well, he's a nut.
Well, clearly the kid probably needs a little checkup from the neck up.
Some evaluation.
You know,
All right, hold on.
Yeah.
Have you ever just shot a fire extinguisher for no reason?
On a school bus? No.
Okay.
Anywhere, though?
Anywhere?
No. No, I haven't pulled a fire alarm either, Fester.
You haven't?
No, I haven't.
All right, so.
YOLO, man.
Yeah,
YOLO. Yeah, that's great. All the kids that yell YOLO. Anyway, moving along with the morons in the news, we have an update on the Beyond Meat COO. Remember the story we had earlier in the week?
Yeah.
The Beyond Meat company, they make the meat substitutes, and this guy, Doug Ramsey, was leaving an Arkansas football game, got into an altercation, and ended up biting like the tip of some guy's nose off.
He was so hungry for meat, like real meat. He just went carnivore on cannibal.
Yeah, so what you're saying was he was so tired of the Beyond Meat crap, he wanted not to go Beyond Meat. He wanted actual real meat, and that's why he...
I want nose tip cartilage now.
For the prosthetic that they're going to make for the guy's face, they're actually going to use Beyond Meat, though. That's
Anyway, this top executive at Beyond Meat has been suspended after he was accused of taking a bite out of a man's nose. You know what? The only bite you should be taking is out of crime.
That's right.
Like McGruff the crime. Take a bite out of crime. Not take a bite out of a guy's nose in the Arkansas Razorbacks parking garage. You know, so this guy, what a bonehead. Chief Operating Officer Doug Ramsey was suspended immediately after the 53-year-old allegedly punched and chomped down on the victim's nose. A company statement said that Ramsey has been suspended pending the investigation.
Listen, in a fight, man, you got to do whatever.
He was arrested on Saturday. It left the victim's nose with flesh taken off the tip of his nose.
Oh, like Michael Jackson back in the day when his nose fell off.
That's right. Or is he trying to do an Army Hammer impersonation here?
Yeah, right.
Something like that.
Hey, did you connect the dots? Beyond Meat, owned by Tyson, partially at least. They're invested
Is that true?
Tyson Foods, yeah.
No, I know that this guy was a former executive at Tyson, but are you sure that Beyond Meat has Tyson?
A stake. They have a stake. They're not the parent
Oh,
company.
no, don't say steak. No, don't say steak.
Poor choice of words.
Yes.
That's offensive.
It's Beyond
Tyson,
Meat here. Don't say steak.
Tyson.
Yeah.
What does that remind you of? Another
Oh,
Tyson.
oh, Mike
who
Tyson.
Bit an ear.
Oh,
See how it's all connected?
you're connecting all the dots here. Is this has something to do with Mercury in
Yes.
retrograde?
I think so. It ends next week.
Anyway, they've suspended the guy. Man, people are going nuts. People are going crazy. We have a guy up in Gainesville at a CVS store. He was beating a female CVS clerk, yelling slurs about Joe Biden. What the hell? Don't take it out on the CVS clerk.
Seriously, leave the CVS and leave Walgreens employees alone. Leave CVS employees alone.
This is CVS. Dun, 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 dun.
I've never had an issue at CVS. I always have a pleasurable experience.
The only issue I have at CVS and Walgreens are the inflated prices on everyday items.
Well, it's convenience.
It's convenience.
Well, I know. There's a convenience
You're
fee.
paying for the convenience.
It's like when you buy tickets. When you buy like concert tickets. Oh, the convenience fee. They got the same convenience fee at like CVS and Walgreens.
Well, if you use your coupons or your receipts that
Oh,
you could,
you're hold on. Whoa, stop.
No, I don't. I actually don't.
Stop right there.
You're a QE.
You don't know what you're saying.
You're a QAnon coupon person. You're not a coupon person.
Oh.
I don't know what I said. Okay.
You said coupon.
Yeah, I'm a total coupon.
Oh, I don't like coupon.
Oh.
It's coupon.
Oh, that just sounds like cuckoo.
No, you're couponing. Oh my! I think less of you.
Yeah, I'm not a coupon.
You're
No,
coupon.
I'm not a coupon person. I'm a coupon person.
I'm a Q.
No,
No, don't say that either.
Coupon.
You're a
coupon QAnon, all that wackiness.
you're a cue
Those have
ball.
nothing to do with each other.
So listen, this is what's great about the story. Now, there's nothing great about this guy attacking a CVS clerk. That is inexcusable. So, guy was arrested, according to the Gainesville police. The guy's name is what makes the story all worthwhile.
What is his name? Walgreens?
No, the guy's name is David Frick. What the frick were you thinking, Frick?
What the frick?
What the frick?
And he was insulting the president?
All right. The guy punched the CVS clerk in the face, possibly breaking her nose.
Oh.
Then got on top of the victim and started punching her more, all while he's yelling, bleep Joe Biden, bleep Joe Biden. What does she have to do with Joe Biden?
FJB, frick Joe Biden.
My God, what the heck is going on here?
Yeah.
People are going nuts.
Leave the CVS employee and the president alone.
That's why we call it the morons in the news. All right, Fester, I got to get to the bottom of your... I'm just finding out about Fester and an airport problem from his trip that he just came back on Sunday night. Why?
I just realized it's the problem.
Why am I... Oh, so you haven't canceled it? Dude, what are you... All right, hang on. We got an issue.
I'm riding it.
All right, folks, hang on a minute. Fester did something really, really stupid. All right, Roxanne, we have an item coming up where you might need a psychological...
I don't know what you're talking about. I heard that tease yesterday.
All right,
and
Roxanne
I'm like,
might need a
whatever.
psych eval. We'll explain it all coming up. All right, hold on. We got a long, loaded chunk of the MJ Morning Show coming up next. Don't move here on Q105. Hey, we're getting... MJ Morning Show, Q105, 722. This begins the long chunk of the MJ Morning Show. Boom. Right now, we go for like an hour and 20 minutes, completely uninterrupted, starting right now, MJ Morning Show. All right, a lot to cover here. In fact, we'll start with Fester. Now, Fester, you just mentioned this, and I thought that you had not told us this, but you just realized this? Dude, this opens up all kinds of possibilities, and I've got questions. Fester, Froggy and Roxanne, you guys were out of the room, but Fester just revealed that your credit card was left in a very unfortunate location?
I think so.
Oh, gee, what do you mean you think so?
My credit card, my debit card that I use for most of my daily transactions.
So it's a credit debit.
It's a debit card.
But it's a Visa or MasterCard. Which one is it?
It's a Visa logo through my credit union that I've been with forever.
So it's a debit or credit?
Yes.
Yes. So Fester says, yeah, I think I left my credit card in the airport checkout lane for the parking garage.
All right.
Exactly. Roxanne with, huh?
How do you do that?
Okay.
Exactly.
I know it was late.
Now, Fester, this is Thursday. You came back at like midnight on Monday morning, Sunday night. You were doing the RV sales thing up in Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Right.
No more Hershey Highway jokes. All right. So you were coming back late on Sunday night, and you leave the parking garage at Tampa International Airport, and what happened?
So I'm pulling out of long-term parking. Long-term parking is $20 a day.
Oh, you should have done the off-site, it's on-site, but the economy parking.
That was like $12 a day?
No, I think it's like $10 a day.
Okay.
The economy parking, you take the tram, that's easy. It adds another 4 or 5 minutes to your day. And you can save even half off of long-term parking.
I'm pulling out of long-term parking, and it has the little insert your ticket. It tells you what the balance is.
You leave the garage and you have all the lanes. Why don't you have Sun Pass? What is wrong with you? If you have a Sun Pass in your window, you go to the Sun Pass lane. That's what I do when I park in the parking garage at Tampa International. And if we're going for a really long period of time, if we're gone for 2 weeks, I'm not parking at the airport. I'm just being honest. If I'm going for 2 days or 3 days or 4 days,
different story.
Yeah, a whole different story. So I will park at the airport, because by the time you factor, the hassle of either trying to get someone to pick you up or trying to get an Uber, and sometimes an Uber on a late on a Saturday night or a Sunday night if you're coming back into town, sometimes it's a biatch. So I'll park. So Fester, you come in Sunday night late.
Yes.
Do you have a Sun Pass? Dude,
no.
Are you ever on the Leroy Selman Crosstown or on the you don't
have those. They do it by your license plate
I have
now,
the pay by plate.
But you don't get the same price.
I'm not on the
if you get the Sun Pass, you have a lower price for your toll. You get a discount.
Okay, great. I'm not on the Selman 5 times a year. Honestly, I don't
or
live
the
in that.
veterans?
No, I'm a 275 I-4 guy.
Well, guess what? They're going to put a toll on the Howard Franklin.
Really?
Yeah, I think with the new bridge in 2025, I think there's a toll coming. Now, it might be they might do an express lane, so I think the toll might be for the express lane.
Yeah, the whole bridge can't be a toll.
Well, yes, it can. They can do whatever the hell they want. We have interstates around the U.S. where they have tolls on the actual interstate. All right, so get a Sun Pass. Then you wouldn't have to fiddle with your jumbo George Costanza wallet.
Okay, so
you would have just been able to just drive right through the Sun Pass lane, and your Sun Pass is red. The gate opens up, and you're on your merry way at TIA.
About a month and a half ago, I stopped carrying a wallet. A listener sent me the greatest wallet I've ever had. It's like a little billfold with a rubber band on it. It holds my driver's license on one side, my debit card on the other, a little cash in the middle.
So what happened to all the crap that made your wallet 3 feet thick that you don't have anymore? Again, you needed none of that,
None
right?
of it. I threw it all away. I threw away my insurance
But
card.
you
I threw away my health benefits card. I threw away
You
every
did.
business card.
Who
of-
needs them?
Yeah, who needs that crap? It's all online anyway.
All right, so you don't have a Sun Pass.
Right.
You leave the airport on Sunday night.
I pull
and
out.
You're a schlub, and you're just jamming your credit card into the machine.
It tells me the balance. I put the credit card
Yeah.
in, and then it gives me an option. It says, "Would you like a receipt?"
Well, yeah, because it's a business expense. Because
Right.
General RV, they pay for your plane ticket,
Yeah.
the hotel expenses. You get a per diem, I'm sure, up there.
So they're going to cover it.
Your parking fee. Why don't you just park in the short-term parking if they're going to cover it?
I should have. For the extra $4 a day, I wish I did.
$60 an hour.
I still would be in the same pickle, regardless of where I parked. Because I hit yes, I would like a receipt.
Okay.
And then I could hear the little,
And?
my credit card is in the machine now.
Yep.
It's processed.
Mm-hmm.
And then it shoots the receipt out, like it tosses it out of
It hurled the receipt at you?
enough for it to fall out. Because the receipt is supposed to stay
Like-
with the machine.
Like if it were like a pencil, it would have stabbed you in the neck?
No,
Oh.
it was like it just kind of came out of the machine, but
Right.
then fell off because the
Oh.
receipt is supposed to stay with the machine.
Oh, yeah.
and there's supposed to be a tension or a tear.
So the receipt at the airport checkout lane at the parking, it spit the receipt out so hard the receipt fell onto the ground?
So I have my window open and I'm not looking. I'm not in the catcher's position,
Right.
to catch this piece of paper. It falls to the ground.
Okay.
So
So
now-
you open your door, grab your receipt.
I open the door.
Yep.
And there's like 50 receipts on the ground.
Oh, my God. Well, just pick up the most expensive one and turn that into General RV.
You can't tell what they are. It's written in very light ink, and it's on white little cheap paper.
So the machine has shot out dozens of other receipts and they're on the ground?
So I'm thinking, which receipt's
Oh,
mine?
no. All right, so that distracted you.
So I reach down, I grab a handful of receipts, none of which are mine.
All right, that's fine. All right,
Okay.
let's get beyond that. But the credit card is still in the machine at the airport parking garage checkout lane.
So now I'm completely distracted
Oh,
because I
great.
didn't expect to have to open my door. And,
So you pulled off, you left your credit card in the machine at the airport?
well, there's like 5 people behind
Oh,
me
my
now,
God.
and people are starting to
Are they
toot
honking?
their horn, because they see me open my door, bending over, trying to look for
Why are
receipts.
there 5 people behind you? There are like 12 lanes there.
Okay, at that hour of the day, there were like only 3 lanes. Every lane wasn't open. So I'm in my lane. There's people behind me. Several planes came in around that
All right,
same
listen,
time.
bottom line is, let's just cut to the chase here. I got stuff to do. You left your Visa debit card in the machine?
It's the last place I remember seeing
All right.
or using my Visa debit card.
Well, have you checked your account yet to see?
Yes.
And has your card been used?
No, it hasn't been used.
All right, well,
So,
then you're
there's-
lucky.
There's no kinds of hanky
When did
purchases.
you? Hold on a minute.
You should cancel
Wait. Did you just go online to check your account? Are you on your phone now for the first time?
No.
When did you check your card?
Last night.
So wait, hold, hang on. Wait a minute. That's just as bad.
Well,
so
yeah.
wait a minute. It took Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for you to figure out you're missing your credit card. So somebody could have been on a shopping spree for the last 3 days with your Visa debit card.
I mean, they could have. It would have been a really small shopping spree. But yes, because I didn't have.
But your card doesn't require a PIN, does it? Like when you put your card in the machine, did it require you to put a PIN in?
I don't remember. I mean,
How do you not remember?
When I use debit transactions, if I take it to the supermarket, I guess you can hit credit. I don't carry a ton of cash in that account anyway.
Well, when you go to the supermarket, do you have to enter a PIN, yes or no?
If I pick debit, then yes.
But if you pick credit, then
no.
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 All right, well, then guess what? So you let your credit card float around for 3 days and you just realized it and then you finally check. You're lucky. So there are no unauthorized transactions?
No unauthorized
You're
transactions.
lucky. Could have been a whole lot worse.
But
You're a mess.
But it's all because the stupid airport has this machine that spits out receipts. What kind of hazard is this? Then did the guy behind me take my debit card, or does the machine suck it back in like the ATM machines do after like 20 seconds?
ATM machines suck
Oh,
it back
yeah.
in.
If you ever leave,
Yeah, I had a friend of mine was on vacation in a foreign country, and they had like one credit card, and the machine sucked in the credit card.
Yeah.
And the bank was closed, and they couldn't get their card, and oh my God. Oh, yeah. ATMs will take your credit card.
They'll take it fast.
Yeah.
So is my airport sitting inside this? Is my credit card sitting inside this machine at the airport? Is somebody at the airport just looking at it saying, "Hey, look at this poor fat bastard"?
Or is somebody holding your credit card saying, "Who's this Dominic Siciliano?"
Yeah, well, thanks for all that.
Man, I'm
but
going to go to Best Buy later today and buy all kinds of home theater stuff.
you want to give my PIN number too?
What?
It's 50-50.
That's good.
Because there's a
That's good.
50-50 chance
You're
of it
not going to
going.
give your PIN number out.
No, but one guy gave me his debit card once.
Festa will give out your phone number, though.
Oh, no, Froggy will. 813.
I'm sorry. Let me say that again. But, hey, Froggy will give out your cell number.
If anybody finds the card, 813-310-8444.
Listen, thank you. First of all, I'd be grateful if somebody
Dominic.
found it. Yeah, all right. So, listen, if you find it, is it sitting at the TIA? I mean, is it at the airport? Is it at security?
You should call.
I mean,
Yeah, why don't you call the airport and see if they've got your damn credit card? That would be the first thing you ought to
let
do.
me call the airport and tell them to fix your stupid receipt machine.
Call the airport police. They have a lost and found there. You ought to just call up the airport information and find out what happens if you leave a credit card, if you're a dope and you leave your credit card in the parking garage machine.
I left the credit card in the machine because the machine is dumb. I mean, it spits out the receipt on the floor. Has nobody else complained about this?
Just cancel and get a new card.
Well, did you call your bank to cancel? Did you go online and cancel?
There's no crazy I'm going to the bank today.
Dude, you better do it quick.
Dude, you have no urgency for things that need urgency.
Somebody gets my debit card. They get my account with what, like $180 in there? I keep enough money in there just to function. That's
Speaking of money, do you see the news?
No.
Let me say it again. Speaking of money, you guys didn't see the news?
I mean, that's so broad. The stock market, money, that's what I think of.
Let me give you a clue. 1.34.
Oh, 1.34.
Anybody, what am I trying to tell you? 1.34. You guys have any idea?
I have some very inappropriate jokes, which I will not be saying right now, that involve body measurements. But as far as money goes,
come on,
what?
really?
I mean, was yesterday interest rate day?
Oh, the feds.
Interest rate hike day?
No, the
Feds.
Feds didn't raise interest rates 1.34%.
What?
Oh, hang on a minute.
That was wrong.
Wrong button.
There you
They're
go.
right next to each other.
I know they're right next.
It happens.
What's one point?
It's like Prince Charles is using his fat sausage fingers to hit the buttons over here.
It's King Charles.
I use my ear to dial.
Guys, come on. 1.34.
Is
Does
it
that
some
number?
sort of like inflationary?
What do you
I
think
know.
it is?
It just hit me.
Oh, now you know.
I know.
You want to say it at the same time,
All right,
Fester?
everyone said the same.
I don't
out.
want to say this.
Festa, do you know what it is?
I mean, if Roxanne's going to totally
All right, both you guys.
front on my with her
Go with your beat me to the punch with your
Let's at the same time. All right, what do you guys think it is? 3, 2, 1, go.
Gas.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Festa, you didn't say anything.
Because I knew these idiots were wrong.
What do you
Hey, who are you?
Yeah.
Are you guys wrong?
Shut up,
Sorry,
Vic
Mr.
Venom.
Mensa.
Festa.
Mr. Mensa knows the answer.
I mean, I say and then Roxanne jumps on the
Mr.
board.
I was just encouraged by your
What do you think? You're loud.
Listen,
You're just yelling.
Yes, we project. We're loud. I'm just
No,
giving what you guys can't see on the in your cars. I'm just giving me the bring it down hand. Listen, I'll stand further away and talk louder.
No.
All right, so
what do you think it is?
1.34 is the Des Plaines, Illinois lottery winner.
That's right.
Oh, of course you should know
All right,
that.
1.34 as in $1.34 billion. $1.34 billion. So that was the huge Mega Millions win. And remember, we had mentioned numerous times that nobody's come forward. Was the ticket lost? Was the ticket out there and no one knew that it was an actual winner? What the hell's the story? Well, guess what? The mystery's been solved. The winners have come forward. And they are opting to remain anonymous because in Illinois, if you win the lottery, you can remain anonymous. If it's over $250,000 in Illinois, you don't have to have your name released to the public. Now, in Florida, this is kind of half-assed, really, to be quite honest. In Florida, if you win $250,000 or more, you can remain anonymous for 60 days.
Just enough time to run.
What is that all about? Anyway, so in Illinois, you can remain anonymous, and it happened. It's been confirmed that one of the largest lottery jackpots in U.S. history has now been claimed. Not one, but two people. Two people agreed to split the prize. Now, we don't have a lot of detail. Is it a boyfriend and girlfriend? Is it two friends that were in a construction truck that stopped to get some gas, or it was a speedway. So I don't know. They go in to get some beef jerky or
a couple of roller dogs,
whatever, or roller dogs, whatever. But the winning ticket was bought in late July. I remember I couldn't wait to get back from France to get a ticket before the drawing, and I was able to buy one. And of course, I didn't win. Jack Schnitt. By the way, Jack Schnitt is my uncle.
Yeah,
seriously,
Uncle Jack.
Uncle Jack. Jack Schnitt. Having a little feud right now. Anyway, but
oh no,
true that
wedding carryover.
Yeah, it's still wedding carryover. His other daughter got married, and I wasn't invited to that.
Oh, you're the black sheep.
I didn't reveal this.
What a snub.
Yeah, so I did. Well, we were uninvited from wedding number one,
right?
Because it was still pretty COVID-y out there, and I'm like, hey, I'll go to the ceremony, which was outdoors. But I can't go inside the country club ballroom with 350 people. I can't do that. So I was going to fly up with Michelle to the actual wedding ceremony, which really is the most important part. And when I said, I'm not going to attend the indoor reception, they uninvited me. And then his other daughter got married just last month in August. Oh. I did not get invited to that. My uncle, my first cousin, I was not even invited.
They probably saw pictures of you hopping around the world, and they're like, "Oh, they can't make it to the wedding. You can go to Italy. You can go to France."
Dude, I wasn't eating indoors at that point. We were eating outside.
All right. Okay, it's old news. Listen, you and your Uncle Jack Schnitt.
All right. So the Mega Millions jackpot claimed by two people. They've agreed to split it. Apparently, they had some kind of a deal. If they won, they agreed to split it. So I'm interested about the dynamic. Who are the two people? And they came forward. This is like almost, 8 weeks later. So the winning ticket was bought in late July. It was at a Speedway gas station in Des Plaines, Illinois, about 20 miles northwest of Chicago. Third largest jackpot in U.S. history.
I mean, but think about it. If you buy the ticket with a person you're dating, but you're not going to, this isn't the one, somebody who you're just kind of dating, and you buy the ticket at the same time, and you kind of jokingly say, hey, if we win, we'll split it. Okay.
Well, they won, and they agreed to split it.
Good for them.
So they have been spending the last 2 months getting professional legal help, working with financial advisors on how to claim. They will remain anonymous because in Illinois, you have the right to remain completely anonymous. There are a handful of states that allow this to happen. And if you happen to live in a state that allows you to remain anonymous and you don't remain anonymous, you are a moron and you don't deserve the money. Because if your name can be withheld and you can avoid all of the sad sack and all of the sob stories and all the friends and relatives coming out of the woodwork trying to ask you for money, if you can avoid that hassle, or total strangers will track you down if they know who you are.
Boy, I bet you Uncle Jack would have invited you to the wedding if you would have won that lottery.
So they will remain anonymous. Now, I want to do the math here. They are taking the lump sum of $780 million. So it's $780.5 million. So they're taking the lump sum because they're not taking the annuity, which takes it out, 20 or 30 years.
Right, who cares about the math? I mean, this is so much money.
No. But hold on a minute. Hang on a minute. They're splitting it. So if you take, listen, it's still a lot of money.
Yeah, I know. But you're going to take 730 something and divide it by 2.
Hold on. No, it's 780. So let's take 780. Let's divide that by 2, which of course is 390.
Are you using a calculator for simple math?
But no, I'm doing the. Okay. Then I got to take the percent. Okay. So then you got to take the federal taxes, and there's going to be then Illinois tax on that. So let's go ahead and just say all together with Illinois tax and then federal tax at least the 35% bracket. So you got to take the 390. So times, we'll go with I think a point.
Carry the 2.
What are we doing? They're going to walk away with hundreds of millions of dollars.
But from 1.34 billion, they're only going to walk away with like 230 million each.
That's it.
That's it.
Cry me a river.
Only about $250 million. But I'm just saying that 1.34 billion. They will now walk away with only about 230 million
they
each
could have taken
after taxes.
They could have taken the annuity, and everybody has to pay taxes. So
yeah, well, the annuity, all experts tell you if you win, you don't stretch your payments out over 20, 30 years. Just take the lump sum because you can take the lump sum and you can do more with investing unless the stock market is just
like it is
a
now.
mess. Yeah. So that's it. I mean, the mystery's over, so the ticket was not lost, and the Illinois lottery will pay out through Mega Millions, just a massive, massive jackpot. Let's see. I've been working for the Illinois lottery for over 5 years, and this is by far the largest prize I've ever had to process. When we met with the winners' lawyers, there was a real buzz of excitement in the room, said the Illinois lottery claims manager, Luis Rodriguez, and worked with the winners and their legal representatives through the prize claim process. So there you have it.
That's awesome.
But
how much do the lawyers get?
No, it's not. They just paid the lawyers by the hour to handle the case.
Yeah, they're just
it's
hired help.
Not like the lawyers took the case on contingency and they get 40% of the deal.
Yeah, it's not a slip and fall or anything.
Yeah, they're not all scared and confused or anything. So that's an amazing story. That's crazy. All right, Rox, before I get into your deal, who's up to speed on the bartenders in Ybor selling drugs, and then they've been busted with this Tampa PD undercover sting operation that apparently has been underway for quite some time?
Well, I'm up to speed on it in that I read the article, not in that I buy drugs down there.
I mean,
whoa. Say that again?
Well, I mean, you said, who's up to speed on this? And I was like, I read the story, but I'm not like up to speed so much because I'm a customer.
And what I meant is, are you up to speed? Did you ever try to buy speed?
I know. That's what it sounded
That's
like.
why she delineated it as she's familiar with what happened. She's not a customer.
Right.
Not
All
actively.
right, so we got, before I get to Roxanne's issue that I got to get to as far as does Roxanne need a psych evaluation?
Oh, this ought to be good.
Before I get to that, first the Ybor story. 4 bartenders have been busted. An undercover Tampa Police Department sting operation. And it turns out these bartenders, they sold drugs. They had a whole deal where you go to the bar, you think you're just ordering a drink. No, you don't. You can order drugs as well with some of these bartenders.
I'll take a margarita, extra salt around the rim, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, what was the code? You go to order a drink, but you also get your drugs in the shot glass as well.
What were they selling?
Well, here's the deal. The Tampa PD, they put out a press release. They had undercover officers, and this was like a 2-month undercover operation. Guess what they called it?
Geez, something like...
Come on, guess what they called it?
Operation Happy Hour?
Hey, you're close. Hey,
I know
hey,
what
no,
it is, so
yeah.
I can't. I have to recuse, but it's a good one.
No,
You're right. You're on the wrong...
That was very, very close. It wasn't Operation Happy Hour.
Operation Closing Time.
You're
close.
right there. You're right there.
You're right there. You almost have it.
Damn it. Operation...
Last call.
Yeah!
Hold on. Yeah. There you go.
Yes.
Operation Last Call. And cops, they were able to buy cocaine.
Oh, my God.
Adderall. Now, the clubs involved, and listen, it doesn't mean that the management was involved here, and they weren't. These were like individual bartenders that were entrusted to do their job and not sell drugs. So you don't blame the bars themselves in most of these cases.
You don't, but if you are a responsible bar owner, then you have security cameras that are right above the bar, and you can view and watch what your bartenders are doing throughout the night.
Typically, bars have that because you want to see if any of your bartenders are palming any $20 bills,
Right, for that reason, too.
You have bar tabs that are paid, obviously, with credit cards mostly, but when someone puts cash down, does a bartender have some sticky fingers and pocket the cash? Little palming action. But you have phone calls on it? All right, telephones, really, people are calling in. All right, so the clubs involved in Ybor City, Southern Nights Club. Southern Nights, get my
Okay.
Adderall at the Southern Nights.
That has a ring to it.
You like that?
Yeah. Da, da, da.
Southern Nights. All right, so the Southern Nights Club, the White Lie Bar. Can I put an N in the middle of lie?
Yeah, I thought that's what it said too.
The White Line Bar.
Oh, how perfect is that?
It really. And Coyote Ugly Saloon, and then the Tangra nightclub. And cops said that all of the drug sellers, they worked as bartenders, servers, and promoters, and they would sell the drugs to the customers who knew the deal. The customers knew that they could get a drink, they can get some drugs, and the customers got their drugs inside of shot glasses.
Oh, my God, seriously?
Or under trays or under receipt holders. And they were also arrested on drug charges occurring within 1,000 feet of a house of worship.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And these clubs were near the relevant church.
There's a church. That's right. There's a church by the between the 7th and the parking garage.
Right. The only thing missing here is like an elementary school, like right next door to the Southern Nights Saloon or whatever the hell it is. Anyway, the chief of police, Mary O'Connor, she said in the release, we will not tolerate individuals using businesses in our city as their playground for illegal activities. So there you have it.
Yeah, go get him, Chief.
I've never heard of any of those clubs. I'm not in the club scene anymore, obviously. But
Coyote Ugly.
Yeah, I've heard of that one. That's the only one.
Well, that was a movie.
Yeah, but Tangra nightclub, are they trying to play off the
Tanga
Tanga
Lounge?
Lounge, right?
Oh, man. I miss my days at the Tanga Lounge.
Oh, God.
I was there for like happy hour, like
Every day.
every day.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
So
And then I'd go next door to the Tex-Mex Cantina. Yeah. And then, get some tacos.
I'm on the plane
No,
flying.
folks, I'm kidding. I was never, ever in my life in the old Tanga Lounge on the Causeway. I was never, ever there. I swear I was never in
and
the
he
Tanga.
never got tacos.
Hey, the folks that were busted, Brandon Brinson, 33, he was at Southern Nights. He was arrested on 2 charges of delivery of a controlled substance on September 13th. Carlos Diaz, 33, bartender at Tangra. He was arrested on 1 count of delivery of controlled substance. Promise Toby, 30, bartender at the White Lie, was arrested on September 18th. 3 counts of delivery of a controlled substance, arrested on a failure to appear charge, operating an unregistered vehicle, and driving with a suspended license. My God, Promise Toby's a mess.
Oh, we promise. She's a mess.
And then Ashley Poole, 32. She was a server at Coyote Ugly, and she was arrested on 2 counts of delivery of a controlled substance. And then TPD said that they anticipate that they'll have 2 more arrests forthcoming. What's this call I'm going to take? MJ Morning Show, good morning. Catherine, you're on. Hi, Catherine.
Good morning.
Yes, Catherine.
My husband and I were at Coyote Ugly about a month ago, and my husband noticed the blonde server. She was handing napkins to a couple of customers, and they tried to pay her, and he thought the whole thing was off. So when the story came out yesterday, he messaged me when I was at work, and he was like, "Do you remember this?" And I said, "Yeah," because he had pointed out that it was kind of odd that she kept handing them things.
Oh, wow. So handing them napkins. So maybe there were, items were wrapped inside the napkins that she was handing customers.
Pretty observant of your husband.
Yeah, I mean, for him to recognize it, then when the story broke, for him to say, hey, remember Coyote Ugly? So he's like a sleuth. He's a detective.
Oh, he's very, very observant about everything around wherever he's at.
Wow.
The bartenders probably thought everybody was just drunk in the bar and they get comfortable doing stuff like that.
So other than the drug-dealing bartender, how was Coyote Ugly?
Oh, we've been there before. It was great.
Yeah.
Dance on the bar?
It's a fun bar.
Did they allow you to dance on the bar? That's part of their shtick, right?
If you dance on, like if a customer dances on the bar, they give you a shot for free.
Hey.
So you were up there all night.
What if I want some Adderall for free?
No, I've never been up there.
Here's your bag of Coke for dancing on the bar.
All right, thanks for coming.
Hey, Catherine, right?
Yes.
All right, thanks for listening to the MJ Morning Show. We appreciate.
All right, have a good day.
You too. All right, Roxanne.
MJ.
Speaking of drugs. I'm sorry. Hang on a minute.
Yeah.
That was Ybor drug story number 1.
There's multiple.
Oh, yeah. I got Ybor drug story number 2. Is this real that Ybor City is going to have the first legal shroom dispensary in the United States?
Whoa.
What the? Really? Like psychedelic mushrooms?
Oh, man.
Wait a minute. How is this possible?
That's awesome.
Are those illegal? Are those legal?
Well,
No.
I got to listen. A store in Ybor City, they're saying that they're the first legal psychedelic shroom dispensary in the United States.
Okay.
Magic mushrooms are they're illegal. Listen to this. They're illegal under federal law, but Ybor's Carlos Ermida says that the benefits of shrooms are so positive that he's added them to the name of his business. It's now the Chillum Mushroom and Hemp Dispensary, and he says it's the first legal mushroom dispensary in the U.S. He told Fox 13, "These are mushrooms that will get you high and make you trip. They have psychedelic effects."
It's a great advertising campaign.
He says that they're legal because they don't contain the mind-altering compound, the
starts with a PH or something.
Psilocybin?
PSY. Yeah, I don't even know how to say that word.
Psilocybin, which is a Schedule 1 drug, which that's a Schedule 1. That's like coke and heroin and meth.
So what's the benefit?
But these products do, however, contain the other compounds that have the same effect. So there is one of the illegal compounds that make a shroom a Schedule 1. That compound is out, but the other compounds are in. And he says that you get the same or similar psychedelic effects.
All right.
Coming soon, pop-up meth dispensary.
Exactly. Walter Whitecastle.
Listen, if these aren't illegal mushrooms, I'm not really mad at this idea.
Psychedelics in general are very beneficial for trauma, PTSD. Hey, what's the name of the Pinellas transit system? Is it PTSD?
After you've ridden it a couple of times,
what,
yes.
No, what is the name of it?
I should know this.
PTSA.
Oh, PTSA. I'm sorry. It's PTSD. I'm sure people call it that, right?
Yeah.
They do now.
Do they? They should. Anyway, so this guy claims that he can sell these shrooms legally in Ybor City. So that's Ybor drug story number 2. All right, now on to Roxanne. And sort of another drug story. And, I saw this, Roxanne, you popped into my head because you're the only one that gets poked in this room.
Excuse me. That's very inappropriate.
What? No,
Listen.
no, you have a dirty mind.
Yeah.
No. You're the only one that gets Botox in this room.
That's very inappropriate.
I don't
What?
know.
Because it's my beauty business. It's FDA approved and it's HIPAA protected.
Hold on.
FDA.
Not HIPAA
What?
protected. It's not.
Where's this string of legal jargon coming from? All right, you have told us on the air that you get Botox.
Okay. So continue. So so Botox and what I heard on the radio yesterday that I need a psych evaluation. What did they have to do with each other?
Hey, Andrew, can I hear the promo from yesterday? So what happens is when we finish the MJ Morning Show every day, and it'll happen about 9:50 today, I record a little promo that runs during the day that talks about something we're going to do on the next day's show. And here we are, it's the next day. And the promo that ran yesterday was this. Do you have it? It might be necessary for Roxanne to undergo a psychological screening. We'll explain tomorrow morning, 7:45 on the MJ. All right, well, it's 7:56. Close enough. Good enough for government work. Well, I saw an item, Roxanne, and since you're the only one that gets poked with Botox in this room, I saw a story that screening should be mandatory. Psychological screening ought to be mandatory for those seeking Botox injections.
So
and since you're the only one that gets them in the room, I'm curious, should you need to get a psychological evaluation? And what's this all about?
I need a psych evaluation because I get Botox.
No. Who first of all, who's
F to
saying
the no.
F,
no,
F to the
that's
no.
I mean, I can come up with 10 other reasons that I might need a psych evaluation, but
One
that
of
is
those.
not
Give me
one
10.
of them.
Go.
No,
Give me-
not.
Number
Okay,
10.
continue. I'm still trying to connect the dots here with
All
the.
right.
who's saying this? First of all?
Hang on. It's an Australian clinical psychologist. And apparently, people that go for these procedures, some of them might be mentally unstable. And I'm not saying you're mentally unstable, Roxanne.
Okay, I'm going to have to Google this while you're talking because I need more information.
People who wish to undergo cosmetic treatments like Botox should have to have their mental health assessed before they undergo the treatment, according to this expert.
Okay, hold on. Listen to the sentence you just said.
What?
People who undergo cosmetic procedures like Botox, but that would encompass all cosmetic. If you wanted liposuction or a facelift or a Brazilian butt lift or something.
What
along
about
those,
just a Brazilian?
Probably. If you want that, you should get an evaluation.
Okay,
So they're
okay.
saying all plastic surgery requires.
Essentially, yes. So is it somebody that has like a body dysmorphic issue?
Okay,
or,
I found the story.
like
and
for
that's
instance,
what what they're getting at.
Now hold on a minute. Let me give out the phone number, and Rox, you got to. I'll give you a ton of runway in a second here. While we're doing that, let's see if we can grab some phone calls. The question is, do you know people that have had all kinds of procedures and, Botox every, 3 weeks or whatever it is, plastic surgery out the wazoo? If you know somebody that has gotten all kinds of procedures done and you think that maybe that psychologically there is an issue, a screw loose, a problem, you don't have to use their name. You can stay anonymous as well. But what do you think about people getting Botox or other plastic surgery procedures that they should have a psych evaluation to make sure that they're doing it for the right reason and not for the wrong reason? Like you have those women that will have like 40 procedures to try to look like, like a Barbie doll or, ridiculous stuff. All right, the number is 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. So as we speak of plastic surgery and Botox, and is the recipient in the right psychological frame of mind? I think it's a fair question. All right, if you want to add to this at all, 800-990-1047. Do you know someone that's like obsessed? Somebody that is just absolutely glued to these procedures and you think it might be a disorder? Listen, this might be a tough ask for phone calls, but hey, I'll try. 800, if not, I'll come up with another phone topic. All right, don't worry. 800-990-1047 is how you get in. 800-990-1047. Fester, you're on hold. Rox,
This is my runway.
You're cleared for take. Before you do that, let me just give out the Rock the Cash Box word, okay?
You got to play the sound effect. You got to play the
Yeah,
imaging.
please.
Ken sent us a memo
I'm
that
not-
they spent a lot of money on this imaging.
They didn't
He was
spend
very
jack on that jingle.
offended by our critique of this artist who.
It's 8 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the 8 a.m. Rock the Cash Box Q105 keyword. It is... This is yesterday's... I'm about to give out yesterday's. Jeez. All right.
Hold on.
All right.
Rock the cash box.
Rock the cash. It's time to rock the cash.
Hang on a minute.
Yesterday's word.
That was yesterday's.
It's time to rock the cash box. Rock the cash box. Why don't they say it twice?
I don't know. I hate that thing. All right. Anyway,
All they had to do was copy and paste.
How long is this contest? Like, because
goes on for weeks and weeks.
I love this
All right,
jingle.
This is the 8 o'clock word. So this hour's word is most. That's M-O-S-T. Text. Can I please finish?
Can you use that word in a sentence?
All right, stop.
We usually give out the right day's word most of the time.
Or Roxanne gets the most Botox in the room. All right, hold on a minute. So this hour's word is most. That's most, M-O-S-T. Text it nationwide to 45911 before 8:15 for a shot at $1,000 cash. or you can enter it on the Q105 app or at myq105.com. All right, Roxanne. Flight Roxanne is cleared for takeoff.
I'm so glad that you gave me a moment here to read this article. The woman who's saying this, that she's an Australian psychologist named Dr. Tony something or other. We'll get to her in a second. But saying
it's
that
Picus.
Saying Dr. Picus saying that women who get Botox need psych evaluations is ridiculous. Like, she's saying it for body dysmorphic purposes. Do you realize it is 2022 and everybody has body dysmorphia? Why? Because we have these devices and we carry them around and we take photos of ourselves and they distort us, or we look at Instagram and they set unrealistic beauty standards. So that's pretty much like everybody has it to a degree.
The issue, though, is those that take pictures or have pictures taken and they've got to put everything through a filter.
Sure.
They've got to make themselves look better or different than the actual photo.
So this is like a societal problem. So it's like a don't hate the player, hate the game kind of thing. Like, look at society and the standards of beauty and youth that we exalt rather than more important things. And these women who get Botox, i.e. me, it's just like you're just trying to maintain. You're trying to maintain your looks and stay within that range.
Rox, do you want to have a hair-pulling girl fight with Dr. Tony Picus?
Okay, let me tell you something about Dr. Tony Picus. I Googled that bitch.
Yeah.
What'd you call me?
Boy, if you want to get Roxanne's buttons going, you just insult plastic surgery.
Listen, she is hot as she's a smoke show, to use your new vernacular, MJ, your 2016 vernacular. So she's hot.
Is she insulting you now?
Dude, what are you on this morning?
Wow.
But she's like so pretty, and you can tell she's gotten some work done. Okay, so maybe she went to a psychiatrist.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Mark this date. Thursday, September 22nd, 2022. Roxanne is like totally out of her shell.
Roxanne,
I'm off tomorrow, so I'm getting it all out. I'm doing 2 shows in one today.
Roxanne's trigger is insulting Botox.
Wow. So
I'm a champion for women who get Botox.
I have triggered you with this story. I had no idea.
Listen, let's get back to Dr.
You've called Dr. Picos a bitch.
She's a doctor. She just has an opinion, and here you. Oh my God! Rox.
I didn't call her a bitch. I said that bitch.
Oh,
it's totally different.
You're right. It is different.
So, but she's beautiful, and she looks like she's had some work done. So it's like a skinny person saying that a hefty person needs to go on a diet. They should get psych eval before they take a diet, go on a diet, because then they might turn into, a narcissist or something like that. It's ridiculous.
Let's look at the phones here, and every single one is illuminated.
Hey, can we call your brother on this, who deals with thousands of plastic surgery people
Probably.
in the course of a year?
Probably. Hold on. Let me go to the regular phones first. And I'll grab line 1 first, and I'll say hi to Rodney in Tampa. Rodney, MJ Morning Show, you're up. Hi.
Hey, good morning. I know plenty of people that do that, and they definitely need to get a psychological evaluation. No offense, Roxanne.
Hey,
listen,
Rodney,
listen.
Hold on. Rodney, your phone is so distant. Can you pick up the phone or get closer to the mic?
You need a cosmetic procedure on your phone, Rodney.
How do I...
You sound like crap. I mean, if I'm being straight with you.
All right, that's a little better. All right, go ahead.
Roxanne definitely needs a psychological evaluation, just like I tell the people I know that go and get it done. If you want to inject poison into you, you need a psychological evaluation. That's exactly what Botox is.
Yeah, it's from the botulism.
Says the guy who ages like fine wine. I'm not really interested in a man's opinion about this, because this is largely a female thing. Now, Rodney, if we're talking about 2 separate issues.
Hey, is this Rodney, the tow truck driver?
Without a doubt it is.
It's Wrecker Rodney. That's what we call him. He's Wrecker Rodney.
Right.
I got these guys on speed dial, man. I'm sorry, Roxanne. I love you. I really do. I think you're absolutely beautiful, but I don't think you need Botox to make yourself look any more prettier than you already are. Use what God gave you, not what man can give you.
Okay,
Wow.
I love that, Rodney. I'm just telling you, we're having 2 different discussions here, because one discussion is people who overdo it and are kind of obsessed and go down the rabbit hole of plastic surgery. And one discussion is a woman in Australia saying every woman who gets Botox needs a psych evaluation. And that is an overreaching, ridiculous statement.
Yeah, no question.
Rodney, the record guy. Thanks, Rodney. Have a great day, buddy. Let me grab Judy in Tampa. Judy, you're next on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Yes, hi, good morning, MJ.
Morning.
Roxanne kind of touched on what I was going to say right at the very end there about once in my life I had to I wanted to get weight loss surgery.
Hold on, your phone. It sounds like you're in a fish tank. All right, hold on. Judy, you had to go get what? Did you say you had to get weight loss surgery?
Right.
Okay.
And you have to have a mental eval for that. So
That's ridiculous.
Oh no, that's a good point. So you had to have a mental evaluation. Did you have like bariatric surgery, like a lap band?
I actually didn't get it, but that is what I was going to do.
Oh, so you didn't get it. You were going to get it, but you didn't.
Right. So
Now, what happened? You didn't flunk the psych exam, did you? What happened? Why'd you back out?
no, I
Here's Johnny. Oh, I'm sorry. Here's Judy. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But it's very obvious why you want to lose weight.
Yeah.
So why is it a mental thing,
You want to look good, feel good.
Judy, thanks for the call. Debbie is next in Riverview. Hey, Debbie, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
We are well. Go ahead.
All right. I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I've seen men come out of the office just getting Botox, so it's not just a woman thing; it's a man thing too.
Yeah, listen, I don't doubt the fact. Hey, my wife Michelle said, "Hey, you can if you get some Botox, it'll take care of this, this, and this." I'm like, I'm not getting Botox. But listen, I understand that guys get it. So, Debbie, you're a Botox recipient. If you see guys coming out of the office that you're going into.
Occasionally. I mean, I don't do it like every week or anything,
Right.
every few months or something, but there's nothing wrong with it.
Debbie, thanks for the call. Tiffany is in Tampa. Hey, Tampa Tiff, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Good morning. I just wanted to say I love you guys' show. And this is like the first time I've called in, but I've listened for a long time.
Well, thank you.
I have a friend that, she had gotten pregnant and had a miscarriage and went through a depression. And then she had lipo to lose all the weight that she had gained. And now she's like going down this rabbit hole of wanting to get a breast operation job.
Yeah, so a boob job or augmentation?
Right. And she's got all these plans, and I think she's going to fall down that rabbit hole since once she started, like there's maybe she's spiraling.
How old is she, if you don't mind me asking? How old is she?
She's in her mid-30s.
All right.
You know what's happening? This is what I say with this kind of stuff. It's like remodeling your home. If you paint one wall, then that wall looks fresh and beautiful, and then the wall next to it looks terrible and scratched and dented.
What about the bathroom?
And the
what if
bathroom
you want to fix
needs,
the bathroom?
The bathroom needs redone as well.
Is that a euphemism? I need to fix my bathroom.
But it's true. It's like
my bathroom's too small.
My stomach's thin now. Now my boobs need to be bigger. Like it's you are striving for unrealistic beauty standards. So you have to keep yourself in check with that, but you don't need a mental evaluation necessarily to do that. Some people might, but not everybody.
So Tiffany, what are you going to do? Have you said anything to your friend?
I haven't really talked to her too much about it. I just think it's, some of it has to do with just the mental.
Well, that's the point. So you think that she is psychologically affected and that's causing her. Listen, she had a traumatic experience, obviously. So, but you think she needs to talk to somebody before she starts trying to rearrange her body?
I think so. I mean, it's due to trauma, I think.
Got you loud and clear. Hey, thank you. And listen, give her all the support that you can, Tiffany. Appreciate it. Joy. And Joy, thanks for listening to us and not Joy. Joy in Lakeland, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, how's it going?
We are well. Go ahead. Hold on, Joy, you're really low. Can you get close to the phone?
Yes. Can you hear me better?
Yeah, much better. Go.
Okay. So I agree with Roxanne on this one. I mean, I'm 34 years old. I'm single or divorced, and I get Botox on a regular basis.
Now, at 34, why do you need it?
Preventative.
It's preventative maintenance, exactly. So, obviously, guys just have this blessing of aging a whole lot better, it seems like, than women do. But it's really for preventative maintenance to prevent these deep wrinkles. Now, that's all I do. But my mom, on the other hand, I could say that she went through a phase, divorce, and was newly single, and she had a facelift done. She then got her lips done, and I had to step in and tell my mom, like, Mom, you look like a duck. And
what a good daughter you are. That's something my daughter would say to me.
Hey, Froggy, what's the obvious thing to say here if she looks like a duck?
Quack, quack.
Can I get a
quack, quack?
I mean, if your mom starts waddling around.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shaping her lips, with the injections with her fingers, and I'm like, quit shaping your lips.
Ew.
Like,
wow.
To the shape you want it. But she also came out in like a full mummy head suit with all my friends one day. Thought she looked great with her like blood bag hanging down.
Hold on, what hanging down?
Bag?
Well, so when you get a facelift, they have to do the drainage tube.
Oh, God.
And she thought she looked great already, but she looked terrifying.
Hey, Joy, so you're divorced.
I love Joy. She's so sweet voice, but keeps it so real, just throwing daggers.
Now, Joy, you're early 30s, and you sound cute as a button. You're divorced. You said you're single. Are you in the dating scene, Joy?
Oh yeah.
You doing the swiping left and right, or what's the story?
A little bit.
Sound 12 years old.
Joy.
It's rough out there, though.
Yeah.
I will say that. So preventative maintenance is definitely not
in your bag of tricks.
Yeah, we're more concerned with how's your mom's dating life looking like a duck.
My mom's dating life. She seems to be doing pretty good. So it worked out for her.
Hey, Joy, thanks for the call. Tons of women calling in here. Melanie is up next on the MJ Morning Show in Clearwater. Hey, Mel.
Hi, how are you?
We are well. Go ahead.
Okay, so I feel like I agree with every caller in one way or another. I'm 42. I've never had Botox, honestly. I'm kind of afraid because I do think it's poison, and so knowing me, I'll have bad luck and my face will be like frozen. So that's why I don't do it. But I do have some people in my life that I think they do it for deep psychological reasons.
Wow.
I agree with that.
Those people, yes, and they're also those people that they'll start to go to counseling, and then when it gets hard, they quit counseling, they leave. And so I do think that there are these deeper, not with everybody, like Roxanne said, it's not everybody, but there are people that they do it for these reasons. And they actually, I think, they need some mental health counseling.
And that's why I brought this up. And I wasn't suggesting that Roxanne is screwy in the head, but, the story is that this doctor who Roxanne just cast aspersions.
That's a nicer, classier way.
Called her a bitch. Is recommending that maybe people that need Botox need to have a psychological evaluation, and that would be for other plastic surgeries as well. Melanie, great call. And are you the only sane individual that in your friend group?
No, it's just sometimes I feel that way.
All right.
It's just a couple. But I have a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, going along this line, do you think then that the medical professionals that do this, that they have a responsibility at some point to say to that person who's doing all kinds of things, like, I think,
if it's just procedure after procedure, if they're kind of going overboard and they appear to be addicted, is that what you're saying?
Yes. Like, do they have a responsibility to not enable that?
I think it's a great question. Maybe I should call my brother. My brother is a plastic surgeon.
So, MJ, have you ever seen the TV show Botched on E?
You know what? I don't think I've seen
Dr.
it.
Nassif?
Yeah, I've heard about it, and doesn't he fix like botched plastic surgeries?
But
right?
I've seen him, and they talk with the patients, and I've seen them turn patients down because they're like, "Listen, you have something wrong with your head."
Can you fix my head, too?
All right, hold on.
All right, let me go back to phones. What am I taking?
You're taking line 2, Tamika.
All right, Tamika's on line 2. Hey, Tamika, MJ Morning Show. You're in Wesley Chapel. Hey.
Hey, I've actually called before, but you guys had a bariatric patient that said that she did not go through with the surgery.
Yep.
And kind of you asked whether or not it had to do with the psyche valve, but I'm going to tell you right now, there is no way that any patient who is undergoing bariatric surgery is not going to go through it. through with it. And I know for a fact because I've been through it. I wanted to lose weight. I wanted to do the work. The reason why they administer those tests is to make sure you're going to adhere to a healthier lifestyle.
Wow. Yep.
In order for you to have that particular surgery.
So, Tamika, did you have the lap band?
No, I had the gastric sleeve where they take away 80% of your stomach.
Right. So you had the gastrointestinal. You had the actual stomach shrinking.
Stomach removal.
Not that band that they put over.
Not the lap band. You had the more invasive. You had the actual stomach shrinking. And Tamika, how much weight have you? What did you start at, and has it been successful? How much have you lost?
I started at 234 and got down to 134, which was I was actually 130 pounds with my first child at 9 months pregnant.
Wow. And have you maintained it? Where are you now?
I am still at 134.
Wow. That is. And how long ago did you have your stomach stapling procedure?
I had it in 2018.
Wow. Hey,
but Roxanne is right in some aspects because when COVID happened and everything was shut down, a lot of people started looking at their face online. And what people don't understand is that there is a setting in Zoom, pretty much like how it is in Instagram, where you can put a filter on there. So it makes sense that now everything is being seen through a filter. And then on top of that, surgeons may have a responsibility to not enable addiction, but money rules, and that's the only thing that matters.
That's a good point.
Hey, Tamika, listen, congratulations on your success. That is a big, big success story with your weight loss. And thanks for listening, Tamika. Have a great day.
Thanks. Bye.
All right. Every line is jammed. Hey, I got to move on after these calls, so don't screen anymore. But let me go through these quickly. So, folks, if you can get to things fast, because I've got a lot of things to do. I had no idea this was going to explode like this. CC's in Bradenton, MJ Morning Show, you're on. Hi.
Hi.
Go ahead, CC.
Oh, hello?
Yeah, you're on. Go ahead.
Oh, hi. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Thank you.
Just wanted to say that I do not agree with Roxanne at all. I agree more with the guy that called the first one now. And I do think it is poison that you're injecting in yourself. And I think part of the problem is, yes, like the social media and Instagram, you see all these models online, but also these women why do you feel like you need to do this to yourself? Like, don't you believe?
Why do you brush your hair in the morning?
Oh.
I'm not being rude. I totally respect your opinion, but I don't do every beauty treatment known to womankind, but every woman who does a particular beauty treatment that makes them feel better about themselves, I encourage them to do it.
Okay, well, I respectfully disagree.
Okay. There we go. Oh. Hey, you guys want to meet out back?
No, I like her. We're having a discussion. This is called natural discourse.
It is. Hey, Cece, thanks for the call. Allison's in Lakeland. Allison, MJ Morning Show, you're on. Hi.
Hi. So I wanted to say I'm 51 years old. I'm 5'11". I got up to size 24, 289 pounds. I did have the gastric sleeve. And that's where they cut out 3/4 of your stomach, basically. I went from a size 24 down to a size 8.
Whoa!
And then I gained weight again, and now I'm back down to a size 12. I'm about 170 pounds.
Yeah, but at 5'11", I mean, I'm sure that's pretty good for 5'11".
Right. And then after losing the weight, my breasts looked like empty udders to me. So I did go ahead and have a breast augmentation.
And are they spectacular?
Oh my God, they're outstanding. I'm from California, and my plastic surgeon was fantastic. So.
Wow. Well, look at you.
What's that?
I said, look at you, Allison.
Yes, look at me. I'm single too, hint, hint. So I started getting Botox because when I concentrate, I scowl a lot. So people would constantly ask me, what's wrong? Am I okay? I'm like, no, I'm just concentrating. I'm working. So I got tired of people questioning, if something was wrong with me. So I started getting Botox. I did have some fillers in my face because I felt like, losing, over 120 pounds, that my skin on my face kind of hung differently, if you will. So I don't think it's necessarily all psychological. I think it's in my instance, I was very depressed with how my body kind of morphed into something that.
Yeah, and listen, you took care of it, but you don't think you would need a psychological evaluation, or did you have to get the psych for the stomach procedure?
I did.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, Allison, thanks for the call. All right, let me grab the first guy in a while here. Jim in Port Richey. All right, I got to go through. I have 3 calls I want to take, and then we got to go quickly here because we got a lot of stuff to do. Jim, Port Richey, quickly, go.
Yes, we definitely need an evaluation. All you got to do is look at Jan Dickinson. She was a beauty queen. Now she looks like hell.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you're right.
Way to throw it back to the 1970s.
That's the way to do it, Jim, with a quickie. All right, Pam and Valrico. Pam, you're second to last. Pam, MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, good morning. Give me Roxy right now. Hey, girl, this is your little texting friend. I just want to tell you, you do whatever you want to do. I've looked at Botox for migraines. I look in the mirror. I'm waiting for the mirror to tell me back, yeah, do something. I'm also looking, I've thought about other fillers. But you know what? If it's something you want to do and it's not, hurting anybody else, and you look beautiful, by the way. I watch you guys every morning.
Oh.
I can't even figure out where you're putting Botox, personally. But, do what you want. And you know what? These doctors, it's all I got to say.
Oh, thank you, Pam.
Thank you.
Pam, that was great. I love it.
I think it was.
Yeah.
A little mouth toot there.
I put it on my forehead.
And the last caller dropped off.
Thank you.
I just want to tell you, I know Fester's done with this.
Yeah.
But this is the only reason this stuff bothers me. And that was a great call, Pam. Thank you. Is when I look at my sister and my girls, I don't want them to be obsessed with how they look. And my 5-year-old is in the stage now where she sees somebody at the store and she's like, say we saw a craggly looking witch with a wart on her nose. My 5-year-old would be like, Mama, look at that bump on her nose. So I'm really in a stage right now where I'm like, yes, God made her that way and she is beautiful and God made us all perfect. And actually the fact that I say that over and over and over again to my kids, it's actually sinking into myself.
All right.
So you kind of have to have a happy medium on this stuff.
All right, let's move on. But speaking of your kids, who drew the picture? Was it the younger one or the older one?
A 2-year-old cannot draw that kind of detail.
Okay, all right. So your 5-year-old drew this.
Yes.
We can't describe it on the air. We can't say what you said it looks like. Now, Roxanne, I don't know, your mind's kind of get a little dirtier as you hang with the MJ Morning Show here. But Andrew, do we have the image? Is it up on our website? It is. Okay, Andrew, where exactly can our listeners see the drawing that Roxanne's 5-year-old drew? Where can they see this on our website?
It is under stories we talked about on the morning show.
All right, so if you go to mjmorningshow.com, see the picture that Roxanne's 5-year-old drew. And Roxanne, can you try to explain? You originally tried to explain this.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, your daughter.
Oh, my God. I just saw the picture for the first time.
Hello.
Roxanne.
Yes. Hello.
Roxanne.
Hello. All right. So, Roxanne, your daughter said that it's an ice cream cone.
Yeah, it's an ice cream cone.
And it is on your chest.
It's on my shirt. I'm wearing a shirt with an ice cream cone.
There is an ice cream cone on your chest.
That's a weird looking cone.
It does not look like an ice cream cone.
Roxanne.
I love ice cream.
Now, you would not believe the language that Roxanne used off the air with me. And I'm like, Roxanne, that is an HR violation. And you're going to have to cease and desist with this language immediately.
I mean, she kind of nailed your hair, but the shirt.
All right, folks, you got to take a look at this thing. Roxanne's 5-year-old drew a picture of Roxanne with an ice cream cone on her. And you're not holding the ice cream cone because both of your little stick arms are out to the side. So the ice cream cone
Like you fell asleep with it and just laid on your chest.
Now, are you laying down? Is this thing being put on your chest while you're laying down?
Oh, my God.
We are standing up, obviously.
I don't think it's obvious. But anyway, Roxanne used some very choice language, which I can't even begin to replicate, nor do I care to dance around here on the MJ Morning Show. But go to mjmorningshow.com. Go to our website when you can safely do it, mjmorningshow.com. Click on Stories We Mentioned and take a look at the picture, and you decide what that is that Roxanne's daughter drew on her chest. All right? I don't think it looks like an ice cream cone. And
gosh.
we shall move along. All right, Fester.
Yeah.
Now, we had a caller a few minutes ago named Allison. I'm like, oh, geez, we got another Allison item coming up here. So your wife is attacking me?
No, she's pointing. She's venting.
All right,
she's
so,
venting.
But venting at whom?
At you.
So Allison, Fester's wife, is venting at me.
In complete hindsight, I don't think she wants us talking about this.
Well, too bad. The cat's out of the bag.
It
Sorry.
sure
Yeah.
is.
And the monkey's out of the cage.
And I don't think she's wrong, by the way.
Is that an expression?
Yes. The cat's out of the bag and the monkey's out of the cage.
I think that is one.
Yeah.
The gerbil's out of Richard Gere's.
No.
All right.
They're all expressions.
All right. So here we go. And that, by the way, that Richard Gere story is totally fake.
True.
That never happened. All right. So your wife doesn't want us to talk about this? Then why do you tell me about this? You know my rule. If you don't want it on the air, don't tell me.
I don't know or don't know if she does or doesn't want to talk about it. I feel as though she doesn't want to talk about it, and I don't care. I just wanted to acknowledge it.
All right. What is it? Tell everyone what this is.
So MJ is a combustion engine elitist.
I'm a carist?
Yes. So MJ has a car, right?
Yes. I have a gasoline-powered vehicle.
Right.
Yes.
No, you don't. You don't have a car.
Okay, so I technically don't have my own.
Okay, let's get real.
I technically do not have my own car right now. Technically, it is Michelle's car because we're only a one-car family right now because it's working out. I will get my own car again because I am a car guy and I got my eyes set on numerous things. But listen, I'm letting Michelle's kind of pulling the strings on this one. So listen, I got to let her have some stuff every once in a while. All right. She wears the pants in the family. All right. So you think I'm a car elitist?
No, I don't think you are. You are.
All right. Fester bought his wife a Tesla SUV.
Yes.
I'm not a Tesla fan. All right.
You make a condescending, kind of jerkish remarks every time you seem to bring up a Tesla story.
You mean that you bought her the Model Y? And I'm like, why?
Yeah. Okay. And that's
why?
And that's fine.
Why? Why me?
But you're a jerk about
What happened?
What do you mean I'm a jerk?
No, in general, not just this isolated incident. You're a jerk about electric vehicles in the first place.
Okay.
And you kind of poo-poo them.
A new car!
Yeah,
electric.
So yesterday, something came up and it involved a Tesla. I don't even recall what it was.
Right. So I made a comment about the Tesla.
I know what this is.
In your jerkiness.
In my jerkiness now. Is it herky jerkiness?
No, the Tesla is actually very smooth. You said something along the lines of, "Oh, Fester bought his wife a Tesla. Oh, but he bought her the cheap one." And
she took offense.
Well, because there are two SUVs. They've got the
right.
Is it the Model X is the more expensive
There's the
one?
X and the Y.
And the Y.
Right. And there is a price difference between them, but you
Right.
said it in a condescending, insulting type, degrading tone. And Allison's a big tone person, which I've learned. Yes.
She's a toner.
I'm glad you were laughing because she wasn't. And she sends me a text about your comment.
All right, would you like to share the text that Allison, your wife, sent about my Tesla comment yesterday? Why don't you share it with the audience?
The thing is, after I read the text,
yes,
I have a feeling everybody will agree.
Okay, well, why don't you try us all, me and all of the listeners? Try us.
And me and Roxanne.
And try us all. Go ahead, read the text.
So yesterday at 6:47 in the morning, obviously nanoseconds after you said, "Oh, you got the cheap one," she wrote to me by a text on our private text exchange. What a bleeping pompous ape.
Oh my gosh. What is going on?
We got the cheap car? ? I'm sorry it's not a $200,000 BMW.
We have an X5. We don't have a $200,000 BMW.
Well, please give my apologies to Mr. One Car Family.
Oh, in your face, dude. That's passive aggressive. Oh, actually,
Tell him it's aggressive. Tell him to shut the front up.
Really?
Yeah,
shut the front door up?
Yeah, shut up. Shut the bleep up.
Oh, my
she was
God.
mad.
You caught her on a minute, boy. I tell you.
Oh, my God. It's like I got under her last nerve or something. Jeez.
Uh-oh. What are you doing?
I think I'm calling Allison right now.
Yeah.
Fester's wife is what I think I'm doing.
No.
Does she hate me because I'm beautiful?
No,
Definitely
not because
not
you're
beautiful.
beautiful. I mean, if anything, she's embraced your ugliness.
Is she even available to take
I
this
don't
call?
know. I didn't tell her we were going to talk about this.
Yeah, well,
She's probably going to ignore this.
oh, she's probably angry right
Probably
now.
not going to pick
She's
this
not
up.
going to pick up because we caught her off guard.
Hello?
Hello, Allison.
Yes.
Hey, honey.
Hey, are you listening to the radio show by any chance?
No, I was doing something outside.
Hey, so anyway, I read to MJ the text you sent me about him talking about the car.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember the text?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Would you like to read the text again, Fester?
Allison starts off.
Yep. Just read the text.
What a effing pompous A
bleep.
Yes. We got the cheap car? I'm sorry, it's not a $200,000 BMW, Mr. One Car Family. Tell him to shut the bleep up. Verbatim.
Allison, are you a little triggered?
Well, I just think it's funny that if you were to think about your audience, like half your audience doesn't have a brand new car, and I'm blessed to have a brand new car. And
wait a sec. By any chance, is it
a new car?
All right, go ahead.
No, but I mean, like, there's people out there running around in cars, and just like I was, my car was 10 years old when I got rid of it, and I plan on driving this one for a long time. Just not everybody has a brand new car, and then to say that it's a cheap car when a lot of people can't even afford that, like, it's just,
all right, well,
it just was a rude thing to say.
Very rude.
I was just kind of being funny and giving him the business that Fester got you the cheaper SUV from Tesla and not the more expensive one. That's all. Don't dig for anything deeper. I was just trying to be a radio clown.
I tried to just buy
I
her.
wasn't digging. I wasn't digging.
Oh, my God.
And by the way, I want you to know, I completely agree with Allison on this text. She's kind of right. I mean, yeah.
Well, Allison, do you, hate me?
No, I don't hate you. I just think that you kind of...
Is it going to be uncomfortable next time you come over to my house with, a whole morning show team dinner?
No, it's not going to be uncomfortable.
Are you going to bring the cheap car over, or is Fester going to...
Oh, come on.
I don't know. Am I going to put it in that big driveway with only one car?
There's a lot of room.
So we got to park outside the gate.
My God. She's on fire today.
She's not wrong about any of it.
Oh, my God. All right. Do you want me just to disappear? Should I just shrivel up and blow away?
Oh, no.
No, you can do whatever you want to do, but I just think that it couldn't go unmentioned because it just was.
But you still like me?
Of course I like you.
And that's
I just
the rule.
think that you say stupid stuff sometimes.
That's the rule with MJ. MJ's going to say, that's what I told MJ, Allison. MJ's going to say whatever he's going to say. It's part of my job to call him on his BS, and then it looks like Allison called him on his BS this time.
Oh, there we have it. Allison Fester's wife making another appearance on the MJ Morning Show.
So last week you pissed off Doug.
Can't wait for the next appearance, Allison.
This week you piss off Allison.
I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, bye. Go back to your gardening, whatever the hell you're doing.
Whatever she's doing.
Wow, I got under her skin, didn't I?
She's right. You are. It was a little bit of a jerky thing.
Hey, Fester, what footwear do you have on today?
I am a Crocker.
Good. All right. take your Crocs off right now.
No, you don't want me to take these
Knock
off.
your Crocs off.
You sure?
No, they smell.
All right. Take your Crocs off.
Crocs really don't smell because there's nothing absorbing in them. And
all right, and this is why I was wondering because Fester wears Crocs.
I love them.
You're the old. I've never had Crocs on my feet.
Oh, you don't know what you're
missing. They're so popular now.
But wait a minute. But Crocs were huge, and then Crocs totally fell out of favor, and then Crocs, I thought, almost went out of business. What did they They opened all kinds of Croc stores, and then they all closed, or a bunch of them, because Crocs were hot as can be, and then they faded. But then, was it the pandemic that brought Crocs screaming back?
You know what? They're super comfortable. I wear them everywhere.
Well, the reason why I'm bringing this up is there's been an investigation. Can you eat your Crocs? Have you ever heard this? This is like an old rumor. This is like an old urban legend, wives' tale that you can actually eat your Crocs.
Like Pika people would eat Crocs, but I don't.
Pica.
I mean, are they made of some kind of material that you can boil down like a gelatin or something?
No, apparently years ago when Crocs first came out, this started online. One of the earliest online traces, according to Vice, about eating Crocs is 2006 from the Straight Dope message board, and a user by the name of Bobo. Bobo. It's Bobo let's all put together. Bobo the Optimist, who alleged that they emailed a Crocs representative about the shoe's edibility and shared the company's purported response. It was a simple, albeit pot-stirring reply, as it acknowledged the possibility that Crocs could have some nourishing material. Although Crocs is non-toxic, there is little, if any, nutritional value in the material we use, according to the rep. The edibility rumor said to have started with a camp counselor who boiled a Croc, cut it into pieces, substituting actual shoe with candy before he fed it to the camp children.
What?
So it's sort of a fake out.
Did this guy get arrested? Feeding kids shoes? The hell?
So he cut it into pieces, substituting the shoe with the candy before he fed it to the children. So, hey, Festa, you want to chew on your Crocs?
Well, I mean, you have to boil it down for a while, but I mean, if there's nothing toxic in it, I guess you could eat it, but it's not meant for consumption.
Yeah, I don't think I'd recommend eating the Crocs.
There's a guy on YouTube who has a channel that cooks with his Crocs. So he'll make spaghetti and strain the spaghetti through it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Like it's a Croc colander?
Well,
Yeah.
look
a
at how
Croclander.
Look how it's shaped. If you pour a bunch of macaroni in here, it'd strain it out.
Oh, look at that.
D on yours? How old are you, dude?
Hold on, you have your name on your shoe?
No, my kids gave me. There's like these Croc things, and my kids.
Festa's holding it up to the camera
My
right
kids
now.
bought me like a little plug-in D for my Crocs.
That's so smart. Somebody came up with plugins for the Crocs, so you just put in little things. Every kid has
that's a big business, dude.
Hold on. What is that? I don't understand this. What are you saying?
Look, see the D?
See my Croc? I have this little bedazzlement. Well, MJ's not a Croc person, so
there are things that you can stick into the holes?
All kinds of things.
Really?
Millions of things. You can. I mean, every letter, every number, every icon, every logo.
Yeah, we should make MJ Morning Show Croc plugs.
Yes,
Croc plugs.
I call like giblets
like the hair.
or something.
It's like the hair plugs you have.
Oh boy.
Just kidding.
No, he didn't even hear it. He didn't even hear you say that.
He's saying. All right, so
you should buy a pair of Crocs, dude. You'd love them.
Ew.
You'd love them.
My dad's been wearing Crocs for 20 years. He never stopped.
I have never had Crocs on my feet ever.
You should.
Put those back on.
Dude, let's go to the Croc store.
I'm not wearing Crocs. I don't like sandals. I'm not
That's because you got ugly feet.
I think I don't have ugly feet. I just don't believe in mandals, which is a man sandal.
What is it? Crocs. First of all, Crocs.
Did I just invent that?
Mandals.
That's good.
Did I just? I think.
Yeah, I think you did.
Hold on. Has anyone ever used that before? Did I just invent another word?
Urban Dictionary.
Man sandals. I don't think guys should wear sandals.
MJ,
Crocs,
I have an invention.
I hate sandals.
Crocs are not sandals. Your toes
sandals
are not
are
exposed.
evil.
I have an idea for a sandal.
What?
Okay, listen to this. Flip-flops, and the bottom is a wiener design.
What
and
are
it's
you
cut out.
saying?
It's cut out of the bottom.
So when you
walk in the sand, you leave a bunch of wieners.
Why?
Oh my God, that's brilliant!
How funny is that?
You're like 44. How old are you?
42.
You're 42, and everything is wieners with you.
Because I was walking.
What is
I
up
was
with you?
at the beach, and I was walking. I'm like, whoa, look at that! You can see my flip-flop logo.
Hey, quickly before we got to take a break here.
Wiener
So
sandals.
Tom Brady's Wednesdays off deal didn't even last 1 week.
Dude, this guy, I can't take it.
What is going on? All right, hold on to this thought. We'll get to it. We'll get back in a minute. We're now concluding the long chunk of the MJ Morning Show. But the news broke yesterday that Tom went to practice yesterday when we were told there was this big hoopla that the Bucs confirmed that Tom Brady was going to get the senior citizen Wednesday day off, and he was not going to have to go to practice on Wednesdays. And then we find out that Tom Brady went to practice on Wednesday, yesterday.
Yeah, because they struggled against the Saints. Get your ass to work, Tom. You're trying to win football games here.
This guy can't
seriously
didn't make a decision on anything.
Yeah, by the way, there's more on the whole Tom Brady, Gisele Bündchen stuff. So we got to deal with some Tom Brady stuff when we get back. Oh, also, did you see the story about the trans teacher in Canada?
Yeah, I saw that. I think I sent that one to you.
Yeah, you sent it to me last night, but I also saw it from a different source earlier in the day. And I'm like, what the? All right, listen, we've got to talk about this. A trans teacher up in Canada, and what this trans, a guy who's identifying as a woman, what they're doing, this is unbelievable. This is just shocking. All right, hold on. All that and a whole lot more, all next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. So... Morning show on Q105 at 8:53. MJ here with Fester and Roxanne and Froggy. And Roxanne, you're raising your hand like you're in third grade. Yes. Yes, Roxanne.
I just want to say thank you to all the texters who are reaching out with ideas about what my daughter's drawing is. And most of them are keeping it clean, and we're having some laughs. And
You're the one that didn't keep it clean. When you showed it to me, you used the foulest language off the air with me. I'm like, my God, I got to take a shower right now.
It's not the Viper.
It's like a Viper.
But one of the people was like, I'm not going to guess what it is because I don't want to get blocked on the text line. I have not blocked anyone on the text line in quite some time.
I don't think anyone's getting blocked. All right, we have a lot to do here. Hey, we got to talk Tom Brady. We got this trans story out of Canada, it's really unbelievable. Quickly, though, I just thought of something, and I revealed on the air earlier in the week that I had an incident in my bathroom. I had, was it Saturday night or so? I think it was like 3 a.m. I go to the bathroom, just the number one. I'm standing up in my water closet, and I just remember like smacking my face and then immediately waking up. So I don't know whether I sleepwalked to the toilet, and then I think that might be the explanation. I sleepwalked to the toilet, and then I was standing up, and I leaned forward almost like I fell back asleep, almost like I sleepwalked, and I'm thinking I'm still asleep, and then I closed my eyes. I leaned forward, and I went right into this decorative mirror on my wall. Now, if you haven't seen this, if you haven't seen my toilet... If you haven't seen MJ's toilet and this like decorative mirror piece of artwork on the wall in front of the toilet, that's what I clocked my face into. And on the bottom edge, my nose went right into the bottom of the frame, and I got a mark. It's still red. You know, we had a TV shoot yesterday. Shorty Shane joined me for a TV shoot. We shot 2 little spots.
TV? They're going to be on TV?
Internet video, right?
We got digital ads we shot.
Thanks for asking the team to be a part of it.
No, Healy wants the talented players.
No, well, that you
Guess
weren't.
there was a height requirement.
No, you weren't part of the script. It was just it's a quick little money deal.
It's cool.
All right. So Shorty Shane. So I had to grab Michelle's makeup cover to put on my nose to get rid of the red mark.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
So I had to use that stuff.
Makeup.
You're pathetic.
Yeah, exactly. Or else I'd have a big red mark on my nose where I cracked my nose.
Do you, man?
And folks, if you what did you say?
You do you. You got a big ugly red mark on your big ugly nose. Just rock it.
All right. So I put some cover, the makeup, flesh colored stuff on there. So when we shot the TV spot yesterday, if you haven't seen, I'm getting because there's a part 2 here. There's another. Michelle wants to put me in assisted living.
Yeah, sounds like it.
All right. So. Hold on a minute. I'll explain.
I agree.
I'll explain in a second. So, if you haven't seen my toilet and the picture and how it happened, go to my Instagram. I did post it. It's on my Instagram, and my personal Instagram is Certified MJ Radio. Give me a follow. You never know what's going to pop up. Oh, did you see the snake from last night? The blueberry. Oh, and there's also the image of Shorty Shane and me. Shorty Shane is doing the Ed Bassmaster, the mini Ed Bassmaster, and he's going the psh, psh, and he's kicking money at me and everything. There's a picture from the back of the armored truck where I'm standing in the back, and we got the armored truck that, remember we look for an armored truck?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to give the guy a bunch of plugs. So I got to get all his information so we can plug the guy in his business. He does automotive stuff. So I have a picture of that online. There's tons of stuff. So you want to go to my Instagram, give me a follow, and it's Certified MJ Radio. So if you're on Instagram, give me a follow, Certified MJ Radio. And the morning show Instagram is just MJ Morning Show. So give us a follow in both places, MJ Morning Show and Certified MJ Radio. So I hurt myself. My nose was I'm lucky I didn't break my nose. When I touch it, it hurts. So, I mean, it's certainly bruised. I don't think anything's broken, but you can see the picture of me and my toilet. You can see my nose, but something else happened. And, hang on a minute. I'm calling Michelle because Michelle noticed something else on my body, and she's like, oh, my God, what is that? What did you do?
Hello?
Hey, Michelle.
Yeah.
Are you listening to the show?
No, I fell back asleep.
Okay. Well, on top of the nose issue, I was just telling the crew that you're threatening to put me in assisted living.
Yes.
Because you noticed the humongous what on my body?
A huge bruise and abrasion on your lower right.
There's a huge bruise, and if you're watching MJ TV, it's right here. There's I just pulled back a little bit.
Is it like purple or something?
Oh yeah,
or?
it's black and blue. I mean,
What'd you do?
Yeah,
That's what I said. What'd you do?
Yeah, that's exactly what Michelle said. Michelle said what?
What'd you do?
Yeah.
Did you get kicked or something?
What's the matter with you, dude? Something's wrong with you.
And then Michelle said,
What happened?
well,
where's the bruise?
It's on my belly.
Like right where you'd roundhouse kick somebody in the midsection.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that's like...
I'm touching it now. It's tender.
What the hell's the matter with you?
I've got a huge black and blue mark on my stomach.
Aliens.
And I didn't fall out of bed. I didn't have an alien butt implant put in.
That you know of?
I know exactly. And you know what? I had to think what happened. And then I realized what happened. I know why it's black and blue. And I tried to tell Michelle this, and she's like, sure. Earlier this week, do you remember I went to the bathroom once during the show? I usually don't leave the studio. But I left the studio, and I left a little late. So a song was on. We play, when we do the commercial breaks, we generally play a song after the commercial break, except at 6:35 in the morning. And I had to get back quickly. So it was a quick number one. I ran down the hallway to get to the bathroom. And you know the door that we exit to get into the lobby area where our bathrooms are?
Yes. Yeah, it's a heavy door.
But what happens with that door?
It locks?
You can just push the door, and it has like a mechanical lock.
Yes.
So when you approach the door, it activates. You can just it's locked from the outside from the lobby, but when you leave the studio area, you can just push the door. You don't have to turn the doorknob. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You don't have to turn the door handle.
I guess I've never noticed that.
I didn't
Yeah,
know
you're
that.
right.
Guess what? I just did it just a few minutes ago during the Rod Stewart song. So what happened was, whatever the malfunction was earlier this week, I'm running like a lightning bolt to be able to get to the bathroom and get back before the song's up. And I run into the door and go to just push the door, and the door didn't open. So the door handle jammed into my stomach like I was stabbed.
Oh, wow.
See,
Easily to you bruise.
I was of
dude.
the belief that you needed to turn the door handle to get the door to open.
No.
Aren't your stomach muscles supposed to protect you from that?
Well, I do have stomach muscles, and I can make a tight stomach right now.
Punch him, Froggy.
What
Punch
about
his
all,
stomach.
what about
See
all
how
the
tough it is.
fat in front of the muscles?
Oh, you stop.
Didn't
All right.
that stop it?
So I'm all bruised up. I went right into the door handle because it malfunctioned. It didn't open like it typically does. So I'm running full speed. I go to push the door, and the door is stuck, and the door handle just jams me right in the stomach. So that's why I'm all bruised on my stomach. And,
all you do is hurt yourself. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, I've had
You're
a little.
such a klutz.
I've had a little spate lately, haven't I?
You're at that age.
Yeah, well, that's what Michelle's threatening. I'm not at that age, guy.
Strap pillows to your hips.
I just went on 2 huge scuba trips to the Red Sea and the Maldives.
Hey.
I'm diving 5 times a day. Yeah, keep up with me.
You're at the age where you're just getting odd bruise injuries.
I'm bruising. What do you have, lupus or something?
No, I'm. These are just 2 unfortunate situations. All right,
Yeah.
Michelle.
Well,
Anything
you know
else?
what they say?
What?
One time is like an accident, the second time is, whatever, and then the third time it's no coincidence, something like that.
Yeah.
But you're on number 2 right now.
Okay, so hold on,
The
Michelle.
pattern, number 3.
Michelle,
Yeah.
you just said you know what they say, and you have no idea what they say.
I forgot.
You're like,
It's too early in the morning.
first
I'm
time's an
taking them all the
accident, the
time.
second time's something, I forget. All right.
Yeah.
You know.
And they both involve going to the bathroom.
Ugh.
Oh, you know what? That's pretty true, actually.
Yep. It's a theme.
You need diapers.
I don't
Well,
need
that's what I
diapers.
said.
Please stop. You know what? I might do like the long haul trucker thing where they wear Depends undergarments so they can just go in their Depend undergarments instead of having to stop.
Right.
Maybe I should do that. What do you think?
I think maybe you'll have to put those on before you come to bed.
That's so hot.
That's great. All right, Michelle.
Should do some sort
All
of like skit, role play skit.
Goodbye, Michelle.
All right, goodbye.
Love
Goodbye.
you. All right, see you later.
Oh, we forgot to ask Michelle if she listened to the earlier segment about people thinking that we need psych evals for beauty treatments.
That's all right. You can call her later.
I will.
Yeah, you two can have your own little show.
I want to talk about this trans story. Now, Fester, did you bring up the story? You guys haven't seen the pic. Roxanne, you've seen it because you sent me the item.
Yes.
You sent me one source. I had the story earlier in the day or even the night before from a different source. Fester, have you seen this thing? There's a Canadian high school teacher who is a trans individual, so a man who's
in transition,
well, or that identifies as a woman, and the teacher goes to school with the most ridiculously large, cartoonish, fake breast like prosthetics.
You have to look at the picture, Froggy.
They're saying prosthetic breasts.
These are like a latex. You know those like pregnancy bellies. You know the sympathy. That's what it looks like. But two of them strapped on his boobs. All right. First of all, the nipples are poking through the shirt.
I'm glad you brought up the nipples because that's what struck me.
Froggy.
All right, that's a little. I was like, let them be them, but wow,
the nipples are The nipples are like the. What do they look like? The nipples are the
ping pong balls.
The nipples are the size of ping pong balls. Fine.
I mean, the whole prosthesis is the size of a watermelon.
It is like
watermelon?
It's two gigantic watermelons.
Yeah, that would be
or those medicine balls that you work out with at the gym.
Looks like a beanbag chair.
It is.
You could sit in.
It's unbelievable. I mean, you talk about a distraction. Listen, who said you be you or whatever? Listen, if you are trans and you identify, that's your business. I'm not going to tell you what to do. But this is so over the top and so ostentatious.
And inappropriate for school.
Yes. It is unbelievable what I'm looking at here. So the Canadian high school now says it's illegal to criticize the trans teacher with these huge, gigantic, fake prosthetic breasts.
You know how sometimes you call nipples pencil erasers?
Oh, geez.
Okay. What are these,
Rox?
Rox?
Like, as pokey outy as like chalkboard erasers.
These are the size of chalkboard. I mean, it's unbelievable. And it's being reported that some kids are disturbed and they're skipping class.
Well, how can you concentrate?
And the school board is refusing to even talk about the concerns of the parents.
They must knock the kids in the head when she walks down the aisles.
It's the Halton District School Board said that it would be against the Ontario Human Rights Code to criticize the Oakville Trafalgar High School teacher Kayla Lemieux. The transgender teacher went viral when she was pictured wearing huge breast prosthetics in the middle of a shop class. My God.
Stay away from the saws.
Stay away from the belt sander,
Yeah,
my
right.
God.
I'd be much more concerned with the belt sander.
Oh, my God. Some students are skipping class. The district has gone on to defend Lemieux and said that it was no longer answer questions about the issue. All right, this is out of control. If you're in transition or if you identify as a different sex that you were born with, whatever the pronouns are and the this, the that, all right. But this is ridiculous. Folks, Andrew, do you have this up on our website? Do you have the link to the story? Is it up at mjmorningshow.com?
Yes, it is, sadly.
Where is it?
It's on Stories We Talked About.
All right, so if you go to mjmorningshow.com and Stories We Talked About, go to Stories We Talked About, mjmorningshow.com, and you can see the story. And it is so cartoonish and over the top. You can't take this seriously. It's almost like a prank. It's almost like, let me see how far I can go. Let me see what I can get away with under the guise of everyone's going to be afraid to challenge my my transition or my identification because of the world we live in and litigation and wokeness. This is out of control. This is out of control. These are the most freakish, ridiculous. These breasts are the size of, like, first graders.
Now,
It's like she's got two first graders jammed. I mean, they're huge with gigantic nipples.
The nipples put it over.
I mean, the nipples are, what do you say? Like they're not pencil erasers, Rox. You said.
Well, I mean, they're as long as chalkboard erasers.
They're enormous.
You know what? Should we grab some? I hear the phones ringing in Andrew's production booth. Should we grab some calls on this? So, folks who have seen this, 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047.
What takes are people going to have on this, MJ? I mean, sure, we support.
Is this acceptable? And you know what? I'd like to hear from a trans person. So, a trans person or somebody that identifies differently. You know, have you seen this? Or go look at it at mjmorningshow.com.
You have to see the picture first.
You do. You have to see the picture first. It's on mjmorningshow.com, and it's at the very top, stories that we mentioned on the show, and then find it. It should be right there. You click on it and take a look at the size of this woman's.
It's bigger than her whole body.
It is. It's unbelievable. All right, so 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. If you want to make a comment on this. But I am not being transphobic. It is just out of control. And for anyone to think that you should not be allowed to comment on this and say how ridiculous this looks, that just shows how woke things have gotten out there. But this is Rox, would you like to weigh in?
I mean, we're talking about a classroom where the kids are trying to learn, and how can you learn anything when you're distracted by that?
Is this acceptable?
No, it's not acceptable. There's a dress code of conduct, in the classroom. My
I don't know
mom's
if
a
the
school
dress
teacher.
code covers prosthetics.
She's got a couple, like a Zeppelin. Looks like an old style Zeppelin.
Would they be like triple?
And tonight's aerial camera brought to you by this woman's breasts.
Goodyear logo on the side.
Exactly. My God.
I mean, it's outrageous.
And people in Canada are getting canceled for even talking about
Oh, that's
this.
true. Yeah, listen, if we were in Canada, we'd be off the air.
Yeah.
We'd be canceled. Because how dare we talk about this freakishly ridiculous display where if you're trans and you want to identify, hey, fine. But this is so far over the top, and people are afraid to actually call it what it is.
And what if you were not trans and you wore that, and you were a teacher and you wore that prosthetic to school?
How does she function in life?
I have no idea. Donna, how does she drive a car?
Well, she has a seat all the way back.
Donna in Zephyr Hills. Hey, Donna, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Good morning.
Have you seen this?
I saw this yesterday on Facebook, and I mean, I might have large ones, but the beach balls under the shirt are a little far.
All right. Is this acceptable? Should she be allowed to go to school? This man who's transsexual or trans, who's now a woman, should she be allowed to teach class with these things in her shirt?
Absolutely not. Not unless they can get a female transitioning to a male that stuffs a sock in, it's okay.
Or has a bat sticking out or something. Louisville Slugger. Yeah. Hey, Donna, thanks for the call. Let me grab Rodney. Oh, Wrecker Rodney. Hey, just once. Well, all right. Just once a day for our callers, but I'll make an exception for Wrecker Rodney. Yes, right. Wrecker Rodney.
Real fast, MJ. I seen on Newsbreak in Montana, they're now legally allowed to change their birth certificate. So if you're born a male and you identify yourself as a female,
yeah, I saw that.
The judge rules his own thing to where he could do that.
Yeah, I did see that. No, I saw that in the news yesterday.
Yeah, it's a way of calling completely off topic, Rodney.
Rodney, thanks.
Thank you.
Well,
call another 5 minutes.
Andrew, if you could go ahead and just keep our callers on topic. So that's what I need a screener for.
We still love you, Rodney, even though
Wrecker Rodney, call in. We love when you call in. But
love is an overstatement.
All right, John is in Palm Harbor. John, you're on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hi.
Good morning.
Yes, John, go ahead.
Yes, hey, this is absolutely ridiculous. Because this is a sexual fantasy of his teacher, and he's abusing those kids.
All right, so wait a minute. You said it's a sexual fantasy of the teacher.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he's abusing those kids, and there's kids that don't want to go to class. Those kids are being abused. This is sexual abuse of children.
I don't know about
I just can't believe that you're in trouble if you comment on how ridiculous this looks. I don't think you're far off, John. The kid should not have to look at this.
Absolutely. And to not be able to comment it is absolutely ridiculous. And the school board and the government just says it's normal. It's not normal. Transitioning and identifying one way is one thing. But when you're involving young kids and abusing them, that's...
Well, when you have it this far over the top, listen, it's a whole different ball game. Thanks, John. I appreciate it. All right, 2 more and we got to move on. Ray is in St. Pete. Ray, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi. I just wanted to say, I think that this culture, it's one thing to try to be compassionate and empathetic to people who are in transition or, feel like they're trapped in their body. But school is for education, and there's professional rules of conduct and wardrobe.
All right, so Ray, have you seen the image? Have you seen it?
Yes, I think to many of the callers' points and, some of your guys' points, what if a woman did this who was not a man or transvestite or transsexual or whatever? If a woman came in and distracted the boys in her class with her cleavage hanging out or without the proper amount of coverage of her nipples, it would be distracting, and I think it would be appropriate to ask her to adjust and do something that's for the benefit of the students. Because just like the caller who said if somebody was walking around looking like they had a boner, that person would probably not be allowed because that could be considered a form of harassment of the students. I wouldn't want my male teacher to be walking around with a boner. That would be
okay.
Ray, you're exactly right.
You're a shock jock, Ray.
That's what they talk to me about here at the radio station. They're like, Pastor, listen, we know you're excited to be here, but just
hey Ray,
say it again, Ray.
Say it 100 times.
Hey Ray, thanks for calling in.
I'm keeping it real.
Ray is keeping it real. Ray, keeping it real. Ray, thank you, Ray.
All right.
You're welcome.
Have a great day. All right, one more. Nick is in Tampa, and then we got to move on. Nick, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, I think the boobs are fine, but the nips gotta go.
That's a good observation.
Come on, the boobs are outrageous. The boobs are out of control. No, the boobs are out of control.
But if we have to get rid of one thing,
the nips are what makes it out of control.
You got to go to our website. You got to go to mjmorningshow.com, click on stories we mentioned, and find this story and see the images. It's absolutely crazy. Hey, follow up for the later crowd. We talked about this much earlier today, and we played the audio of the crazy radio morning guy and Fox TV anchor in St. Louis. We played this yesterday.
Listen, you're a fat nasty and you don't bring up on air when I have your back. All
right, that was recorded off the air. We played like the whole thing yesterday. We played it early this morning. The guy's name is Vic Faust, and Vic Faust was on the morning show of the Viper, a rock station in St. Louis, but he was also the 5 p.m. and the 9 p.m. anchor for Fox 2 in St. Louis. I mean, he was one of the anchors for Fox TV Channel 2 for their news in St. Louis, and he's having this meltdown, and he's berating and belittling his female co-host and just cursing at her like 40 or 50 times and calling her fat and ugly and this. And the update is he's been fired from the TV station. So Fox 2, a Nexstar station in St. Louis, they've let him go. So he wrecked his TV career. The morning show is removed from the website of the radio station. So now it seems like he's like totally out of work. Morning radio as well as afternoon and nighttime anchor on Fox in St. Louis.
What a shame.
Be well rested.
I mean, he's got plenty of time on his hands now. I mean,
God.
His whole day is really freed up.
Fat nasty and you don't bring up on air when I have your back. You're a fat. I don't care if you're here or not.
Be like that, guys. Come on, man.
Serious?
I let it go yesterday.
But you called me stupid for the second
who
time.
Who brought up the stupid subject?
It wasn't a stupid
you
subject.
You were making fun of me because I was dealing with the computer.
Chris was too. It wasn't just me.
No,
Chris
he wasn't.
was. Yes, he said, "Oh my God, it's going to be here in 3
anything.
weeks."
He didn't say anything on air.
Yes, he did. Go back and
You
listen.
have
He
a
was
history-
laughing when I
You
did
have a
it.
history of attacking me on air, and
No,
Chris
I
knows.
don't. You have a history of attacking me on air. Are you kidding?
You and your big fat looking at.
My God, that goes on for another 3 minutes. That's insane. Anyway, he's out of both jobs.
See, that would be awesome if it was on the air, because that's a really riveting morning show.
It is now.
I mean, those two need to do a podcast where they just fight.
I hear they're hiring at the famous custard place, Ted Drew's. So
imagine him working at Ted Drew's. What the bleep do you want? You fat pig. We don't have this.
That is crazy. So he's out of work. He's been fired from the TV station. What a mess that is. Hey, speaking of TV, there is this like freeze frame. Actually, I think it's a still shot that they used in the TV report. Have you seen the gun-waving owner of the donut shop in like Louisiana?
I know nothing of this.
Oh my God. All right, Fester.
Yes.
This is out of Lake Charles, Louisiana. The Donut King owner explains why she pulled a gun and fired a shot in the air.
What?
Outside of the donut shop.
Look at this old lady.
Look at this woman. Look.
Froggy, you've never seen such an angry old lady.
She's in the drive-thru. Look at her.
She needs to be in that. What's that movie, Mad Max?
What the? Is she wearing a mullet wig?
That's her Louisiana hairdo.
Oh, my God. This is crazy. Anyway, I have the news report, and you've got to hear this, and also how bad some of the small market television anchors and reporters sound.
I love
It's not what you'd expect to see at your local donut shop.
Hey, it's not what you'd expect to see at your local donut shop.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Cynthia Arsenault.
Thanks for joining us tonight.
Okay, we get it.
It's like a female Hal Herman, Froggy.
That's right. I used to work with her actually at Channel 2. Whammo News.
Actually, it's Channel 7. KPLC.
Well,
and
she moved on.
St. Charles, Louisiana.
She moved on.
A woman waving a gun at a Donut King store on Highway 14.
Why is she talking so affected
she's a
on
broadcaster.
Channel 7 in Lake Charles, Louisiana?
She sounds fine. And now back to you.
And pictures of the incident have now gone viral. So what went down at the donut shop?
So what went down at the donut shop?
I mean, she's bad enough, but you mocking it's even worse.
I've never been so turned on in my life.
I got drawn in by the image of the owner with this crazed face with like a mullet wig. This is a woman with a gun in the air firing shots. That's what drew me into the story. Then I'm like listening to the anchor and then the reporter. I'm like, oh my God.
You'll never believe what happened at the Donut King.
Could we do this script with a little more
It all
alliteration?
went down at the Donut King the morning of Wednesday, September 14th.
Now that's the reporter.
I love him.
So we go from the anchor to the reporter who's talking like this. It's my God.
I love him.
How bad is television in Lake Charles, Louisiana?
And it started when Kelly Murray got a phone call.
Kelly Murray got a phone call.
How bad is television in Tampa that our anchors don't sound like
No,
this?
no, hold on a sec, though. And, I wanted to make a point. Our anchors are pretty good in town, but some of the reporters, some of the new, green reporters, I don't know what's going on, but Tampa Bay, we used to have just solid reporters, and we still do. There are still plenty of good reporters on our local stations, but some of the new hires are like market number 150 quality. It's like, hey, you spend 6 years in Wichita Falls and then start sending out tapes for bigger market jobs. All the stations. If you look at all of our local TV
Why don't
stations.
you start dropping some names?
Hey, Chet, we got a new applicant from Lake Charles, Louisiana.
I've been
Seriously.
applying to Channel 8 for 2 years.
Seriously, in our market, all of the channels now, some of the new hires, they're hiring these young, inexperienced reporters, and I'm sure it's because they're getting them really cheap, but it's not like market number 13 quality. It's like market number 113 quality in some of the hires. I can't believe how bad some of the reporters are these days on local television here in the market.
My mom called and had the phone on speaker, and she said, "This is how crazy he is."
Murray says she heard her mother's coworker, who is also close to the family, upset and yelling, as she describes it, talking madness. So Murray, her daughter, and her daughter's best friend get in the car and head to the donut shop, as they say, to calm the situation.
So I got out the car, and I was like, "What's going on, Red?" That's what we call him. We call him Red. I said, "What's going on, Red?" And he was like, your mama in there lying on me saying I steal.
Murray explains her and Red continue to go back and forth and admits it was a loud conversation.
It was a loud conversation.
Come on, Red.
Anyway, I don't need to play anymore. But the best part of the story is the donut shop owner is screaming in the drive-thru with a gun in her hand and she's firing shots at it. It is a crazy picture. This is totally going to become a meme. This is going to be used like for people's profile pics and all kinds of stuff out there.
But there was no intention for a physical fight.
We know he's not going to put his hands on us.
Anyway, so
It's going to be like Dog the Bounty Hunter
come on,
2030.
it looks like Dog the Bounty Hunter. Hey, Andrew, where is this on our website so people can see this news report?
Did you talk about it on the show?
We did. So is it
Then it's on
stories
stories we talked about on the show.
or
there we
videos
go.
we mentioned? Which one is it?
I'm not sure.
It's on stories we
All
talked
right,
about.
So, folks, if you go to mjmorningshow.com, click on stories we mentioned, and it's right there. You got to see this thing. You got to see the woman with the gun.
Great. That
Is
was
Andrew
great.
being helpful or sassy?
I think he was
tell.
being sassy.
Okay, all right.
I think he's
I'm entitled.
I think he's sniping back at me because I chastised him for his screening job on one of the phone calls.
Good job,
earlier.
Andrew.
Well, also,
I'm entitled,
also,
yeah.
also yesterday's keyword.
Yeah, and the keyword is
I'm
exactly.
sorry,
All right. All right, so, hang on. Let me take a break here.
What
It's
a rat.
our last break. Our last break. We have the final chunk of the MJ Morning Show is next, and we got a lot to do. So don't move. Final chunk of the MJ Morning Show is in minutes here on Q105. Steve and Elizabeth. 9:34, little Atlanta Miles, little Black Velvet, MJ and the crew. Roxanne, you're not here tomorrow, Roxanne. Is that correct? Do I recall properly that you're taking a personal day tomorrow?
Your recall is amazing. I think I've only mentioned it twice.
That is called total recall.
Mhm.
All right, so where the hell are you going?
Taking our family vacation
Very
to
good.
North Carolina.
For 3 days?
Yeah.
Yes, the big trip for 3 days.
Yay.
It's a
All right.
vacation away from Jeter, right?
Is Derek Jeter involved in this vacation?
No, this is the first trip of
Has
2022.
Doug been summoned to unclog his
just
toilet or
the
something?
Wilders. Yeah.
Nice.
No.
Congrats.
All right, so, hey, Fester, I just thought of something.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, my God. I just thought of something. We need an audio clue as to what I just thought of. And here it is.
Grow the up! Grow up!
You grow up, you fat.
Acting like an immature.
Really? You started the and you also
It's bad radio when you keep bringing
it's
up your
bad
computer.
Radio when you don't even know radio.
Yes, I do.
You're a dumb.
Okay, I'm a dumb.
You don't even know the topics we talked about.
Yes.
You're stupid. Okay. You think you're special because you went to Villa, but you're nothing.
Okay, I think you're talking about yourself.
All right, so that obviously is the audio of the former Fox 2 news anchor in St. Louis.
Vic Faust.
And former morning show host on the Viper in St. Louis. Festa, you know where I'm going with this? Former. So
You want to offer him a job?
No.
No, we're not going to
Guys,
replace you with Vic.
Guys, there is clearly a morning show opening in St. Louis, Missouri on the Viper. The MJ Morning Show. We spent 14 years on the air in St. Louis as a top-rated show. Fester.
We got a built-in fan base.
Dude, reach out. You need to get a hold of the operations manager, the program director at this Viper radio station in St. Louis. Get a hold of him. Call up and say, hey, you're Fester from the MJ Morning Show. We were one of the top-rated shows in the market for 14 years on Z1077. They never recovered. When we left, it's like FLZ. FLZ's mornings never recovered after us.
Never.
That is a fact. FLZ's mornings never, ever recovered after the MJ Morning Show went off in 2012.
Programming geniuses.
Same thing in St. Louis on Z1077. They never recovered. They tried putting on a bunch of different shows. Nothing clicked like us.
Chad and Christy did okay there.
They were never there. All right, so the bottom line is we've got a built-in audience in St. Louis. Call up the program director. They had to fire this guy because of his tirade against the female co-host. We're available. Pipe us back into St. Louis. We've got a proven track record there. So, Festa, make the call, all right?
Pretend you're trying to sell an RV and sell the show.
Yeah.
Well, you sell your shelving to this guy.
All right, you got the MJ Morning Show. It's Q105. All right, we have a lot of things we got to deal with here. How much time oh, my God, where does the time go? How do we go through like 4 hours this quickly?
I don't know. Might as well leave now.
I know, Roxanne, I kind of wanted you to be here for this, but you're not going to be. All right, let me mention
Do you want me to call in?
Well, let me mention it now. When are you actually flying out?
Today.
Yeah. Well, I guess you could listen. You know what? Maybe I will call you in the
You
morning.
can call me.
Where
be
in
out.
North Carolina are you going?
It's a place called Blowing Rock.
Good for Doug.
So you're going to
This is a
Blowing
family trip.
Meeting up at the Rock?
You're going to Blowing
No, it's-
Rock.
Google it. It's
All
a
right.
nice place in the mountains.
Is it like near Asheville?
I don't know. I have a terrible
Is it near
construction.
the-
I know that once we get in the car from Charlotte,
Is it near like the Biltmore Mansion?
It's near Boone.
it's near Boone. That's right.
Gotcha.
And it takes
By the Biltmore.
All right,
it's
let
2
me
hours from Charlotte.
let me run this by you real quick. I saw an item and I'm like, whoa, we got to talk about this. Should returning worn clothes be considered fraud? You buy the clothes, you wear the clothes, up, they serve their purpose, I'm going to return them. Do you think that's fraud? Have you perpetrated? Have you perpetrated a fraud against a retail establishment by buying something, wearing it, up, it served its purpose, now I'm going to return it?
I've never done that. No, I have never done that. I feel like it's something that if you're doing, it's kind of like stealing maybe for
So it
a
would
short
be
period
fraud.
of time and then returning.
I want to take calls on this tomorrow. We don't have time to take calls here. So I do want to take phone calls on this, but a study of 2,000 adults examined their views about policy abuse and what they call friendly fraud. So we've got to talk about this tomorrow. That's interesting. All right, I mentioned Tom Brady on a couple of things. First, Tom Brady did not take Wednesday off after it was revealed that Tom Brady was granted Wednesdays off for the whole season.
This guy ever stick to his word?
And we thought maybe, was this like a compromise to spend time with the family, with Giselle? Was this a way to potentially put the marriage back on track? You know, we're only speculating, and, I feel a little greasy and dirty in speculating, but I wish Tom Brady and Giselle would just put out a statement. Tom Brady, he said things like, hey, I'm 45, there's a lot of...
I'm 45 years old, man. There's a lot of shit going on.
He's right.
Tell you what, you can get a job at that morning show in St. Louis with stuff like that.
I'm 45 years old, man. There's a lot of shit going on.
But seriously, Tom Brady needs to come out and say, hey, all right, it's personal, it's private, but here's what's going on.
I don't want to talk about it, but let me tell you everything.
Let me tell you everything right here, right now.
God,
yeah. So Tom Brady, he did take practice yesterday. I mean, everyone thought he was going to be off yesterday. He showed up to practice.
You said hump days were for me, Tom.
Giselle.
Shut up. Going to work.
So that new schedule lasted what? For 0 weeks.
Jeez, can this guy stick to anything?
Here's the thing, MJ. If they would have beaten the Saints handily, he would have felt a little better taking the day off. Also, the Packers might be one of the toughest teams in the NFC, so he has to focus this week.
I didn't think that Aaron Rodgers looked too good last week.
Also, they just picked up another wide receiver, so maybe they want more time to work with somebody who's just joining the team.
Yeah. That makes sense.
That's great point, Andrew.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah, because also you got Mike Evans. He's out for the Packers game coming up. The suspension was withheld. Or I'm sorry, correction. The suspension was upheld.
You know what? Or maybe Giselle's such a pain in the neck around the house.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what? I'm going to work. Screw this.
He doesn't look healthy.
I'll
Did you
see
see
you.
him at that podium? His face is all sunken in.
Yeah, what was that? But then you saw him on the sidelines, and it wasn't sunken in. What caused Brady's face to be, it was like almost bizarre, like somebody put some kind of crazy, like creepy filter on his face.
Like a zombie filter.
It was weird. You're right. It was like a zombie filter. What was that? Rox, why did he have those deep grooves that looked like, you know what? It was like he was doing...
Yeah.
Hang on,
He's making a fish face.
Shake.
I'm doing it on MJTV. So if you're watching MJTV, you can see what I'm doing with my face, and if not, you can watch it later on. But Tom Brady at the presser after the football game on Sunday,
Listen,
it was like bizarre. What his face like? Why?
Andrew's right. It's like a thick milkshake you're trying to drink.
I've said this in the past.
Yeah.
Tom Brady is one of the few men that knows what it's like to be an aging woman because he's a really good-looking dude and he's trying to maintain that, and he's in his mid-40s and bleep happens, and so maybe he's trying to do some, procedures that it's just speculation. I don't know, but yes, he did look gaunt.
All right,
Very emaciated.
that's a good word. Gaunt is a good word. And then there's a story that Tom Brady left Giselle to jet off to the Hamptons to visit his son with Bridget Moynihan during the 11-day break.
Bridget Moynihan?
Yeah,
that's his mama.
Oh.
That's the baby mama for Tom Brady's oldest son. That was not a Giselle-produced kid.
So now you're going somewhere with your ex, Tom? Oh, my goodness.
That's old news, but
Oh, my goodness.
all right.
I mean, that's the mother of his
Hey,
child.
Tom
so-
just went against the Packers. Who cares about all this crap?
With that, we got to call it quits here, man. I got so much stuff today. I'm looking at what we left on the table, and we'll just have to integrate it into tomorrow's show. All right. So, before we get out of here, a couple of things.